You got a topic you want to go on?
Not
You want anything you want to wind me up for? You know.
Well, not really. Well,
man.
I guess we're live now, but I don't really have anything for a topic. I just had a beer tubing Saturday night quickie, I called it. So
there we go. Well, how about that? And everybody wants a Saturday night quickie, don't they? Well,
so
at my age, I mean, somebody 21 might want a longie, but at my age, hey, I'm happy to get up on top for a minute and a half, roll over, and go to sleep.
So for those of you tuning in, I am Rod J, and welcome to my channel. I'm here with Tom, the Beer Whisperer, and we're just drinking some beers and talking some, I don't know what we're talking yet. So we just decided to go on and talk about some of the things. Tom's been drinking some whiskey tonight. He switched over to a little bit of beer now. And what do you
for this channel? But I had one more whiskey I want to have one shot of while I'm drinking this beer. I like to kind of pair beer and whiskey. Some people kind of look down upon that sort of thing, but
you might be able to make a song about it. You never know.
You know, I think I've told you this story is about, I don't know, 17, 18 years ago. I was really getting into contemporary blues, right? So, and I was seeing a lot of the younger blues guys, and I really liked it. But when I start seeing some of these older, still considered contemporary blues, but guys like Johnny Rawls or the son of Muddy Waters, Big Bill Morganfield come through. These guys were always dressed a certain way, right? I mean, they you see the younger guys would dress in a t-shirt and jeans, but these guys, Johnny Rawls, Big Bill, they'd always have a nice suit on. I mean, they'd be dressed to impress.
Right.
But I also noticed how they drank. They typically ordered I'd see them have a drink before their show typically, and then they'd have whatever beer they liked at the time, and then they'd have some whiskey on the side. Some of them would be drinking it neat. Some of them would have it on the rocks, but I'd always see that pair of beer and whiskey. And I started kind of drinking that way at that point, just out of curiosity to see maybe they had something, and they did. I just enjoy the pairing of the right beer with the right whiskey.
Yeah, I've done that myself. In fact, I went to an event with my wife about a month or two ago, and took a little break and stepped out to the bar at the hotel where they were and got me a shot of Makers along with the beer I was having, and it paired very well. And I was relaxed a little bit afterwards. So
see, don't knock it till you try it. That's all I'm saying.
And I drank it neat.
It doesn't work for you doesn't mean it shouldn't work for somebody else.
No ice, or just put this whiskey in there. I mean, you really can't get it's a fancy hotel, so you don't want to say this in a shot glass, right? So you say, just make it neat for me. Shot that baby down.
I've been doing some neat drinking tonight. In fact, I've got some of this stuff. I think I showed it to you. You might have seen the video. I had this whiskey. It was actually in just a little kind of mason jar with some oak chips, and I strained it off and put it in a bottle last night. So that's the last one I'm having tonight. Some of my semi-homemade stuff.
Speaking of oak chips, I had a beer tonight, which I don't know when I get to upload the review. Probably be like 2 weeks from now because I'm so backlogged. But Southern Tier, what did I do with the bottle? It's a limited edition. The 2X Oak IPA. Have you seen this one?
Oh gosh, no, I haven't.
Yeah, so this is a double IPA. Aged with oak chips, but ale brewed with maple syrup. And
no kidding.
And it was smooth. It was almost like drinking a Cavassier of beers. That's how smooth it was. And you got the nice creamy texture from the maple syrup in there. And
so how is that sold? Did you buy it a single, or does it come in a 4-pack or a 6-pack?
I got it as a single for one of my shops here, and I got it for like $1.65 or something, or some crazy price.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so 8.2%, 65 IBU. I actually got to make a beer run out to the place this week. I got to make a beer run this week out to them again, but I may pick up some more of those. But it's limited edition from Southern Tier, so I don't know how long it's going to be out. But it was definitely worth it. But you've already been drinking some of the beers here from Cincinnati, of course. So you went through the Rheingeist pack. of some of their offers. I don't think you've had any of Mad Tree though, right? Or
I had one from Mad Tree. Todd sent me a Mad Tree beer, and I'll be damned if I remember which one it was now.
Yeah.
I'd have to look up. Well, hell, while we're talking,
Okay.
I'll pull up my YouTube and I'll search my thing. And
Yeah,
I know I had a Mad Tree, and I can't remember what it is here.
I'll have to get your address at some point to get you some of the beers we have here.
I had a beer friend, Chad Glover, send me just the other day. I came in a package just in time for my birthday, actually. A whole bunch of New York brews, and I popped. He had one from Equilibrium called Mimosa. Psychopathy.
Oh, Psychopathy. Yeah.
Psychopathy.
Yeah, that's their IPA. That's like the one that you've had the Rhinegeist Truth and you've had Psychopathy from Mad Tree, and those are two like butt head to head from the two bigger brewers here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Psychopathy. That makes sense. Yes. Hop. Say hop, Tom.
I say get in my belly. That's what I call it.
That's right. Yeah, it's good.
Hey, Drunken One, cheers to you as well. So Drunken One says cheers, gents.
Who's Drunken One?
Drunken One actually has a state YouTube channel as well. So if you haven't seen him yet, but it's Drunken, DRUNKINONE. So you can check out his channel.
Name, Drunken One. That's a great name.
I'm trying to get him to come on, but he's kind of playing Mr. Bashful. He won't jump on yet. So I'm like, we just come in here and shoot the breeze, drink some beers.
Don't be shy, Drunken One. We'll be gentle your first time. We won't put it anywhere you don't like it.
I guess we're breaking cherry professionals. We broke a lot of cherries on the show.
We'll be kind. We'll be gentle.
But you were doing a whiskey earlier, and that's the thing. I was saying it tongue in cheek because some people around here don't consider bourbon to be whiskey, even though it is. But it's like, no, it's bourbon. It's not. No, bourbon is whiskey. It's like trying to explain.
Bourbon is whiskey. Bourbon is a type of whiskey.
Yeah, but that's like it's like arguing with flat earthers too, and saying the Earth's not flat. Same type of argument almost. Like I can technically show you how it isn't this way, but you're going to still argue the other way.
Yep. Some people.
But Drunken One liked that one. I thought I lost a viewer. I lost one viewer, but Drunken One laughed, so I guess it was a good joke.
You lost a flat earther, and you know we didn't need him anyway.
A flat
we didn't need that flat earther anyway, by golly.
He took one step too many. Now he's gone.
We didn't need that flat earther. They're not going to understand good beer anyway.
Yeah. But I need to make probably a beer run and restock a little bit because I want to try some other beers. And I think I may head over to Indiana. And I can't go tomorrow because Indiana doesn't sell beers on Sunday. But if they're open more,
I didn't know that.
I might make a beer run because I still want to get a couple of the beers from over there. And Zombie Dust should be around somewhere over there. But again, I'm not a line person like you aren't a line person, so I don't wait in line for it. If I see it, I get it, but if I don't see it, I don't worry about it.
Yeah, I hate standing in line for stuff. It just irritates me.
Yeah. But I
can't get things set up the way I want them tonight. It's one of those days. I'm very OCD. If I can't get things to go the way I'd like them to go, I get very irritated.
Get in a fidget mood.
I do. Yes, oh, bitch.
You can do one of those spinner toys to control you there. Everybody's got those little fidget tools nowadays.
Yeah. Let's try something else, man. I'm going to keep working through different props. Got a box of baking soda I'm working with. Now I've got to use a salt box. There we go. That gets it up a little higher.
So you said you were grilling between storms today.
I was. It was funny the way it worked out. I mean, I was going to grill. Then it started raining. I got my meat mixed up. I was going to do some sliders. Then it started raining. So I said, okay. So I waited a little bit. Then it quit. So I said, well, I'll get the sliders on. I did some gear cheese stuffed little sliders on some Hawaiian rolls.
Yeah.
And those were pretty good. But then with the other part of the meat that I didn't use for the sliders, I cut up. So I coarsely chopped some onion and was going to use that meat to do some Salisbury steak for dinner. And I could do it all inside, but I thought, well, I'd do it outside. And then it started pouring again, but then it stopped for just a little bit. So I said, well, hell, I'm going to start a new batch of coals just in case. So I started it up again, and I just got them. I just got them grilled. Just got some nice grill marks on them.
Yeah.
Because I didn't necessarily need to get them all the way done because I'm going to simmer it in the gravy anyway. And then it just started downpouring the second I got them in the house.
Yeah.
So I did. So I did the year stuffed sliders, and then we had Salisbury steak that I both did on the grill.
Well, timing is everything, right? So, but I was thinking about you earlier. Actually, you and Dan, Booze Reviews, because you guys like to grill a lot. I saw a recipe today, and it was called beer can burgers.
Oh, burgers! Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I've seen those. Yeah.
Yeah. So you make the 4 patties, but you take the beer can and you put it on the patty and you rub it in there to make like a little well type of thing. And then you add in different toppings, cheddar cheese or jalapenos or that kind of everything. You put it on the grill, then you put it on the second rack, the top rack, in direct heat, like 30 minutes. And like the cheese and everything melts into it. It makes a nice little well burger in the middle. And then you put it on the bun with whatever toppings you want and everything. But I said, that's pretty cool. But I was waiting for them to put the beer in the burger, and they never did that. I'm like, so you're really just using the beer can? Like, wait,
you just use the can.
I was like, why the hell's the beer? I know the beer would be part of it.
The beer can chicken where you utilize the beer, yeah. Right. I've actually seen those where they put an egg in the middle.
Yeah, so different things you can put in there. It's pretty cool how they did it and everything.
But I haven't tried that method yet.
Yeah. No. But I'm like, I guess you just drink the beer while you're grilling. But I was waiting for the beer to go in somewhere.
Yeah, I guess that'd be the point, right?
Yeah. I'm thinking those beer cans get kicked all over the warehouse half the time. But then
I was going to say, yeah, if I'm going to put a beer can in the meat, I'm going to wash that beer can. I would think you have a kitchen something that is about the same size that you can use.
If you're going to use the beer, you don't really need a beer can. You can just take a ladle or something to press it down and out.
A ladle, I mean, a measuring cup. I'm thinking about it, what about a half cup dry measuring cup would be about the same size.
Yeah.
I've got a glass here I'm looking at that would probably work. That's going to be cleaner than a damn beer can.
And my wife is asking me about getting this because I got rid of the old grill we used to have, and she wants me to get another one, start grilling out. I'm like, if I got a grill, like you're not even grilling out. You just want me to get it, so I have to grill out. Like if you're going to grill out, go at least half on me on it. So.
Yeah, I love grilling. I love cooking outside.
No, it's good. I think it's actually too. Energy-wise, it's nice cooking outside versus running, to the house and the heat and all that kind of stuff too. But yeah, but I want to do some more beer.
I'm going to do some more. RJ, I'll be right.
All right. So now it's just me while Tom is taking care of that. So Tom's probably talking to his wife, getting some stuff situated.
Oh yeah, no, we're looking for. Just looking for the Tums. I thought they were here, but she had some over there, so I just muted for a second.
I thought she was going to ask me to sing to her again, so.
Yeah. Well,
Is she laughing?
I got lucky last time you sang Lou Rawls.
I'm always
you ever sing some Barry White to her, I might get really lucky. That'd be extra lucky evening.
Always willing to help out, right?
You'll never find as long as you live.
I am the wingman.
My wife asked me if I needed Tums. Make a friend of my voice.
So the beer you're drinking, so it's Boulevard.
Yeah, I've got the Boulevard Show Me Sour. Have you had this?
No, I have not had that. I haven't seen any of their Show Me type beers. But we are getting more Boulevard now here, though.
Let me show it to you. It's 4.3%, 12 IBUs. But it is a whiskey barrel aged sour. It says it's aged in a whiskey barrel for a short time. So it's not a heavy whiskey flavor, but you can taste it.
Yeah. You know what's really popular here now is the Boulevard Tropical IPA. I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people drink, and I've had it. It's actually pretty good, but I've seen a lot of people just drinking more and more of it now. So this will be a nice summer beer, I guess, too. Spring summer beer.
It's very accessible. It's pretty reasonable, and it's in a can.
Yeah, yeah. So they don't even do bottles where you're at. Then it's all canned for that line.
The tropical is, I get a lot of Boulevard in bottles like this one, but that one I only get in cans in my neck of the woods.
Yeah. Yeah, Drunken One says, I'm lucky, I guess, if his wife leaves him alone.
Mine likes to pester me.
You have a never-ending honeydew list.
Come on, Drunken One, get in a conversation.
But tomorrow,
we'll be kind, I promise.
Are you having family or anything over tomorrow or anything? Or you guys got anything planned? You going anywhere?
I think we're good. No, we're going to stay home. Again, weather permitting, I'll grill something. I don't know what, but I'm going to throw something.
Yeah. Did you go to a brewery today? You usually like to go to breweries on Saturdays.
No. I stayed home today. I knew I got home late yesterday afternoon. Got home trying to get things going. I knew we were going to have some storms today. So no, I didn't go anywhere today. And then, other than that, money's tight too. So I just bought beer to stay at home this weekend and grill, because then I can cook, and it doesn't cost a whole lot of money. So
yeah, I had to go get brakes done this morning. So that was a pain in the butt. Well, I thought I had to get brakes. I get brakes, rotors, and calipers by the time it was all said and done.
Yeah, that sucks. We just recently had to do that on ours.
Here,
so what are you drinking there again, RJ?
I am drinking my last. I'm sorry, I'm just typing the Drunken One's going to join us. It looks like.
Come on, buddy, you can do it. Oh, mercy.
Drinking my last New Belgium Citradelic.
Oh, okay.
Exotic lime ale, which I like. I think it's pretty good. I think it's nice, refreshing quality to it. Get the lime flavor. And I think like Jay was looking at Jay said, well, he tried to drink a Bud Light with lime. I'm like, no, not me. I think it's better. I think it's better than that.
When we're talking to someone like that, he thinks it's the same thing, but it's not.
No, I think you get more flavor out of this one.
Well, yeah,
it's based on your palate, I guess.
It's not the same type of line, and it's not the same type of base beer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like someone said also, like when we were talking about it, someone said, well, they could put a lime in a Corona, and they felt like, no, it's not the same. I mean, I could piss in a bottle and put a lime in and give it to you. I guess that's the same as a Corona, but
well, it wouldn't be quite the same, because that'd have more flavor than a Corona.
There you go.
That one still tastes better than a Corona does.
Yes, depending what I had that day to eat, right?
I could run it through a soda stream, put some carbonation in it, toss a lime in it, and you have a Corona.
So this beer tastes like soup.
I may try to do that now. Hell, I've got a bottle here. I mean, I'll run it through a soda stream, put some carbonation on it, and bottle it. See if a Corona drinker will drink it.
This is Tom's Corona.
We're making friends tonight. That's for damn sure.
Let me check this here.
I don't try to be controversial. This sort of turns out that way sometimes.
It's a controversial world nowadays, so
people do seem to get their niggers in a twist easily.
Yeah, it's.
I lost a lot of friends through the election. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I always say if you lose someone over the election that's supposed to be a friend, then are you really a friend? Because if you can't have differences with your friends, then who can you have them with, right?
Yeah, I lost a bunch. I mean, a lot.
I didn't really lose. I don't think I really lost any. I may have had some people that might just be hanging low or whatever, but it's kind of like, you know, it is what it is. If I put something out there and I say and it's rational, I expect you to be rational as well.
Yeah, that was kind of my thing too. I mean, the funny part about it is a couple friends that I was unfriended with on Facebook were folks that are controversial as well. So I didn't, you know, I was having a conversation. I thought we were having a conversation together. It turns out I was pissing them off.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just can't tell, you know. Hey, I thought we were just talking.
All right, drunken one, come on in. I just said it.
You're a very opinionated person, so am I. I thought we were just doing this.
I thought we were just having a debate, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes it does. I mean, it's just the way things happen. Sometimes you're going, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
It doesn't, you know, everything's fine that day. The next morning, I check Facebook and they're gone. So what the hell? Keep handy ass. What a big baby. Talk about being this tough guy that nothing bothers.
Oh yeah, he's freaking rides in a car. Like, you can't walk.
You don't care what anybody thinks about you, and then you get your pennies in the water about that. What a candy ass.
He got in that car today, and it's like, hey, Angela Merkel just walked you.
Yeah.
Can't even walk 700 yards. You riding the I can't even say it right now. It just infuriates me. It's like, this dude is out here supposed to be our face of the country.
Well, that during the campaign, he bragged about how healthy he was. Remember?
Yeah, he questioned Clinton's stamina, but yet he can't walk.
Yeah, he said he was the healthiest president ever, or the healthiest candidate ever, or some shit like that.
But I was watching the G7, and I was wondering, who is this guy with the glasses? Because he kept standing next to like he was afraid he was going to fall or something. Before he pushed the guy out the way.
Brilliant. And you know, the funny part about that is you watch that clip and he gets this really smug look on his face after he does it. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, he didn't say excuse me. He clearly put his hand in front of him and shoved him out of the way. You know, he could have looked at him and said excuse me, but no, he did, because that would have required manners, which he has none.
Yeah.
But, you know, I had another friend post about it. You know, and we kind of agreed. But the problem is, it isn't necessarily that he acts like that. It's that when he acts like that, that's what his followers admire. You know, that this is rude behavior, should be unacceptable. But those that like him because he is rude.
Well, it does seem to come out that way for sure. Well, I was watching today, and apparently, like when he went to go talk today at the base, and it was pretty distinctive, like him and Melania holding hands. I don't know if that was like kind of the backlash because of all the videos showing her looking like she was slapping the hand away, but they were holding hands. She gave him a couple kisses today, so I don't know if that was all part of it or what, but it just, you know, it's just crazy. The whole
I'm sure he left a platinum card on her nightstand afterwards.
Yeah, but then it's like on the Democratic side of things, there was a thing that I saw where Hillary was speaking today, and she's still blaming third-party stuff, and she's still blaming other stuff. She like called third-party voters like the weird ones or something. It's like, you're not even helping your cause. Like, if you want to run again, you're not helping to build it up. And it's just like both sides are just so out of touch. It's like she just like discounts. She didn't go to Wisconsin. She didn't visit these other states that were part of the Rust Belt. She didn't listen to people who were having these issues that she could have tried to win over.
She was
just everybody else's vote because she assumed that she was going to win. Like there was an assumption she was just next to win.
It was that entitlement. She was the worst possible candidate the Democrats could have ran. I mean, if Joe Biden would have got into it, I think Biden would have beat Trump easily. But she was the worst because there's so much hatred for Clinton's and Hillary specifically. She was the worst possible candidate the Democrats could have ran.
Yeah, and according to the polls, I mean, for what they're worth, I mean, they show where Bernie would have beat him, but it's just like, you know, I don't know. It's crazy looking at it now because it's just like people are just I got some friends that are still hung up on it. It's like the election's over. You're still hung up about people that didn't vote for her because they didn't like her. I mean, they voted their conscience and they went with who they wanted to go with, which is what you're supposed to do. But you're going to attack them, and you're not going to get your candidate for the flaws that she missed.
Well, you know, here's the issue. I wish we had a viable third party in this country, but we do not. I mean,
Well, people won't get behind it. I mean, Ross Perot showed you can get up there and get close to doing it. If
the Libertarian Party has never ran a candidate that really had the credentials.
Yeah.
Gary Johnson, I mean, listen, I've talked to folks that liked him for this reason or that reason, but when it came time for him to answer the hard questions, he couldn't do it. I mean, you know, he thought Aleppo was his dog's favorite food.
And the funny thing is, if you looked at that ticket with Gary Johnson,
what's Aleppo? Well, that's the food my dog likes.
You look at Gary Johnson and you look at the guy that was running for vice president, like you guys are flipped around wrong. The guy that's vice president, I forgot what his name is now, he knew more than Gary Johnson knew. He should have been the one leading the ticket. He was able to address all the questions. He was covering Gary's ass when he was in it. Hey, what's happened? Average Joe. He says, wow, late night, Saturday night chat. Cool stuff. Just got back from the Albino Rhino Beer Fest a few hours ago. Drank way too much beer and had a ton of fun. Nice. So Albino had his big beer fest up in Ontario. Yeah. Average Joe's up in Buffalo. And he went to Albino's Beer Fest, who does a beer fest now. I don't know what year they've done it now, but they've done it the last few years up there. So
that'd be one I'd like to go to.
Yeah. Maybe I need to go before the new wall is built in the northern border.
I'm surprised they haven't built one yet. I'm surprised there hasn't been a mass exodus.
Well, you know, Canada opened up that island. They were trying to get people to move up there to try to restore and bring some businesses. And they had so many people that applied for it, they crashed the website at one point. So I don't know, but people have looked into going to Canada. What's up, Beer 30? You want in? Let me know.
It's just so cold up there, man.
In the winters, yeah. It's a lot of snuggle time you got to do if you go to Canada.
Well, it's not even that warm in the summer up there, man.
Yeah, that's true, too.
I mean, I've been to North Dakota in the summer. That's not pleasant.
But I think living in Toronto wouldn't be horrible. I mean, we went up there, I forget what part of the year. I think it was like in September. So it was cooler at night, but it was kind of cool. It was like in New York City, really. So Toronto was pretty sweet.
If you know, I wouldn't mind BC. I like Vancouver. I wouldn't mind going that direction.
I want to go out there.
I prefer to go to the West Coast there, up around BC, Vancouver.
I don't know. You go to West Coast, you get like, if you're in the U.S., like Portland, you get that crazy guy that killed those two people. It's like watching the news nowadays. It's just like, what the hell? Well, it's always been that way, I guess, but now it's just like no whole bars on the craziness. Average Joe said this was the 4th year for the fest. Always a good time. Always drink way too much. Never regret a single thing. There you go.
Well, you can't regret anything you don't remember, Average Joe.
Besides, it's not today. It'll be about 14 or 15 years later when someone shows up and they say, Daddy.
Papa!
Oh, man.
That'll be a reunion story. Like the kid shows up to the beer fest on his 21st birthday. And,
yeah.
Dad!
Would you ever see that movie Big Daddy with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
And the kid like shows up and it ends up not being his kid, but he didn't even know if it was or not at first. He was confused. And ended up being his buddy's kid, but yeah. He says the sad thing is I remember all of it and I wish I could forget about half of it. Oh, man. So now I'm actually drinking, again, New Belgium. I don't know if you've had this one or not. This is Deconic. It's part of the Lips of Faith series.
Oh, I haven't had that one, no.
Yeah. So this one, flower and citrus ale, kind of floral in the taste. The guy that actually created the Lips of Faith series and did like their barrel aging for the sours, he's actually leaving New Belgium to go to another brewery to start up, I believe. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes too. I don't know if Drunken One can get in. I sent you the email, Drunken One. Come on, Beer 30. Get in, Beer 30.
Live up to your name, man. You can't have a handle like Drunken One and be a candy.
You better jump in, Beer 30.
Come on, Beer 30, you big baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it right now. He said, looking.
Come on, Beer. I'm ready, buddy.
Let's see. Dude, that Beer 30 on in a long time.
Yeah, I thought maybe he went respectable.
So you get Joe in here, those drunk, so Joe be pretty funny probably.
Oh.
I sent it to both your Google Plus Drunken one. I sent you the email on the email you sent to me. Let me see here. Yeah, it should let you in. And then I also sent you an email to Beer 30. I can't remember if you got into the Google Plus or the email, so I sent it to both. But I tell you, these Google Hangouts are always a issue to try to get to work half the time. I just sent it, Beer 30. There he is.
There he is. Holy crap, he's not wearing a hat. It's the first time I've ever seen him without a hat on.
Coming to us live from Arizona.
Cheers.
Drinking Miller High Life. They don't sell real beer in your neck of the woods?
I tell you, it's a cheap daily drinker.
Not trying to hurt himself.
Shit, I had some good beer the other day.
What'd you
I don't
have?
even know what I did.
Do you remember?
Fuck, it was some German beer. It was good. I'm trying to look for it. It's in this garage somewhere. Well, I'll find it. What the hell? How much you want to bet my wife threw it away?
Why that?
We got Beer 30 on here with a Miller High Life. We need to get a Michigan Eric with a Miller Light.
Oh, yeah.
No shit. The hell? All right, either I put it somewhere really stupid or she threw it away. Damn it.
We'll go ahead and blame the wife tonight, okay? We'll just make it
I
her.
see it. Found it. So my neighbor, he's a Russian. He was a soldier when the Berlin Wall was up over in Germany. But he gave me this one.
Oh, Hofbrauhaus? Yeah, Hofbrau original.
That shit was good. And then to pay him back, I bought 2 bottles of this, and that was really good.
Oh, Polliner, nice.
Yeah, that was really good. It was $2 for a bottle, so I didn't feel like I broke the bank on it. But this right here is 59 cents a bottle.
Champagne of beers.
I'll take that any day of the week.
And twice on Sunday.
You know? That's it. How you guys been?
We're doing all right.
Not bad. How you been, man?
Well, I've been working. I haven't been posting videos.
I was going to say, you must have been working a
Yeah,
lot.
we both talked about we hadn't seen you for a while.
I'm working, 12 hours a day, and I'm finally in the process of I'm moved out of my house. We're trying to sell it right now so we can buy another one.
Yeah.
It's pretty much where
Is
we're
the
at.
market is the market pretty hot out there? Like I know a lot of people are selling houses around here pretty easily.
Yeah, it's not bad. The problem is it's a single wide trailer from like 1970.
Right.
So
Right.
it's not a fix to the land, so I'm just gonna sell the land and congratulations, you've got a trailer.
Yeah. make that your man cave and build a house.
I don't care what the hell they do with it. They can set it on fire.
Yeah.
They want money for it, they can have it.
How much of the land do you have out there?
I got a quarter acre. I got a quarter acre in the city, and it's going for 28 right now.
Okay.
I'm under what it's worth, but it should sell.
Okay.
It's paid for. I just need the money, so I can get out of that son of a bitch and get another son of a bitch.
There you go. One son of a bitch to another.
I bought that sucker at the height of the market, so I'm losing money, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bought that, 2006.
Oh, that was right before. Well, yeah, it crashed like 2008, but depending, I don't know how the values were out there before that. But yeah, you held it long enough through the market where it went down.
I'll never see the money I put into it.
Yeah.
I'm going riding tomorrow on the quad. I got a bunch of buddies at work. They all want to go riding, so
Yeah.
maybe I'll be invited into that clique.
You haven't even done any bike uploads or anything.
I haven't even rode.
Yeah.
I mean, I did some work on the quad, got it back up to par, but I got videos I need to edit. Just by the time I get home, I eat dinner, I drink 2 beers, I pass out, and go back to work.
Well, I was going to say the bike that you have that you just had gotten that a few months ago. I remember when you were talking about getting it, so you haven't got a chance to really enjoy it.
Well, that I take to work every day.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the one back behind you that you got a couple months ago. That was like 2 or 3 months ago, whatever.
Yeah, this one I just got.
Okay.
And this one I had. And I'm getting another one, hopefully soon. I'm making good money. It just, fuck, man, you work, 70+ hours a week.
Yeah.
By the time you get home, you're like, I want to go to sleep. I don't want to do anything else.
Yeah. Damn, you're putting some serious hours in.
I'm making serious money, though. What I'm paying in taxes, I used to get in a paycheck.
Right.
That's crazy. I'm like, I should have done this shit years ago.
Put some of that back to work for you. Get some investments on that money.
And all I'm doing is
Oh,
selling.
look at RJ going to work.
I'm just trying to point out, if he's banking the money, that's the thing. You want money to work for you, so you're not working for it. So you get some money that you got some savings, put in some investments that maybe start compounding. You can make good dollars out of it.
I invest in a 403B, and then I put money into savings for our next house. I mean, we're building our next house. That's the idea. Yeah. We're not going to buy a house. I'm building a house.
Yeah, cool.
A house that I freaking want,
Yeah.
These cookie cutters like the one I'm in right now, I mean, my house looks like my neighbor's house, and my neighbor's house looks like my neighbor's house. I don't want that.
Yeah.
But I do want another beer.
Speaking of, I just
got another one there.
The Imperial Voodoo Ranger. I picked this up for only $7.98 a 6-pack, man.
Okay. I don't know if I've had the Imperial IPA. I've had the 8-hop, and I've had one of their other ones on the Ranger series. I'm trying to think if I had that one or not.
I'm gonna switch it up on you. I'm going to a can.
Oh, then now we're going real trailer park. Straight to the trailer park.
Well, you can take that on the lake.
Right. I have more friends that have DUIs on water than they do on land.
Yeah.
Story.
Yeah, they monitor the boat patrols. We get people that they monitor them here on the river in Ohio.
Yep. So on the lake out here, I mean, it's basically water surrounded by mountains. So some guy can just sit on the side of a hill and glass a whole lake, find the drunk. There's your ticket.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to get here.
Just sit there eating donuts and looking through the binoculars.
Got to make that quota.
Yeah. What's happening, Basement? Basement's telling Joey he's going to have to tell him to settle down. Joe may have passed out. He was pretty drunk, it seemed.
Well, shit, this is late for y'all.
Yeah, we were doing around. Tom was doing some videos earlier on Facebook. I'm like, well, shit, we might as well just go on then. So.
Yeah, we decided what the hell. As long as you're, in fact, RJ's an hour later than I am.
Yeah,
it's 11 in my neck of the woods.
I'm a night owl, so I'll be up to like 2 or 3 most likely. Come on, Average Joe, I sent you the thing. He said he can't settle down. Now I have to join the chat. Well, we're waiting, dog. We're waiting. We're waiting.
You got to sign into Google. You got to sign in. So have you tried the Facebook Live thing yet?
Tom does it a lot more than I do. I haven't done it at all, but Tom does it. He likes it.
I saw it, and I haven't tried it yet. I haven't done a goddamn thing, so.
It seems like it's pretty simple from other people I know that have done it. Maybe simpler than Google Plus because Drunken One is having trouble getting in still.
Well, there may be something onto that.
You got all them freaking dollars and your shit doesn't work. That's crazy. It's like it's Congress or something.
So I finally broke down and told my wife about the drunken meetup in Vegas, and her response was when and how many are coming. I love you.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta get that still all put together. I've got to.
We're talking 2018 though, right?
Yeah, we were talking 2018. I've got to get my wife's vacation out of the way first. We're talking about going to the UK or something next year, and then.
Okay.
But she might go to Vegas with us too. But she'll be doing her thing. But
it'd be fun to go to Vegas for like Halloween.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because she hears me listen to the UK guys do their beer reviews, and she's like, "Yeah, you go to UK, you can hang out with your friends over there and do beers and stuff." I'm like, you have no idea what you're saying right there because shit will get crazy. But if you're going to give me permission to do so, I will. Oh, man.
As long as there's a cot.
Yeah.
Damn Skippy.
But are you doing anything for Memorial Day this weekend or anything?
I'm going riding tomorrow, and that's about it. And then
grilling out on Monday.
Monday, I'm probably gonna sit at home and we'll try to clean up the garage some more.
Yeah. So not really rest too much there either.
No, and then back to work Tuesday.
Yeah.
Shit, I mean, I get to work 2 hours before we open just so I can set everything up so everyone can fuck it up. So
That's great, isn't it?
Oh man, dude.
That's the part you love, isn't it?
You know what fucking killed me though today was my boss. First thing in the meeting, he goes, "The people that work the hardest make the least amount of money in sales. The people that don't do anything make all the money." So today I was like, I ain't doing a goddamn thing.
No.
If you're gonna say that to me, I ain't doing shit.
You're telling me don't do anything and I'll make more money then, right?
Yeah, I guess I'll make more money if I don't do anything.
Right.
It was the worst speech I ever heard.
You're a terrible motivator. Do you know how sales works?
I mean, I love my boss. He's a cool dude. He's got the best stories, but there's a good old boy in that crowd, and I ain't in that crowd.
Need the Glenn Ross speech with the steak knives. That's one of the best sales speeches in the movie ever.
Good places, you're fired.
Yeah. And that was a great cast in that movie. You had
that was a brilliant cast.
well, you had Baldwin on that
Lemmon,
part, but you had Pacino, you had Jack
Kevin
Lemmon,
Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Jack Lemmon was just
Arkin.
beyond brilliant in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole
Al Pacino, Alec Baldwin. Yeah.
even Adam Arkin, like all of them, everybody in that movie had been nominated for an Oscar that were all their characters. Not from that movie, but an Oscar in some way or another.
See what happens.
There's Joe from Buffalo.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm feeling okay.
You're feeling all right.
That's all right. That's all right. Been a long weekend so far.
Yeah, well, I got a 4-day weekend, so yeah.
Yeah, 3-day, but today was awesome, but not as awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was a great time. We did went up to the Rhinos last night and did a bottle share, and then today he had the fest, and there's a lot of beer consumed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his fest is a 1-day fest then?
Yeah, it's he tries to do it every Saturday, usually mid to late May, and it's tough in May because in Canada they have Victoria Day, which is usually they call it 2-4 weekend. It's usually around the 24th, and then the week after we have Memorial Day,
right?
And and then you have a bunch of other different things going on. So he always tries to do it on a weekend that works best for everybody, being so close to the border. A lot of Americans come over to the fest.
Yeah.
But sometimes it doesn't work out, but it has been lately, so it's been
Goddamn Yankees.
I always get excited when I'm at the fest and there's another American there. It's just like I know that literally over the Niagara River,
yeah,
it's America, but it's like the exact same thing as where I'm standing right now, but it's still like a different world. It really is.
So you see another American, you give him the head nod, like I'm with you, bro. We're
there was a whole family that lives about a half an hour from where I do in Western New York,
right?
And I high-fived every single one of them because we were at this food truck, and I'm looking on it and it says hat dags, and I'm saying okay, they misspelled hot dogs, like this is what they did on purpose. And I go up to the guy and he goes, yeah, because you guys have that accent in Western New York. Like I don't have the New York accent like Brooklyn, because in Western New York it's way different than in New York City. So we have some cities around here called, like I live in a city called North Tonawanda. So they make fun of us, we say it North Tonawanda, and there's another place called Cheektowaga, right? So they say we have this accent. So instead of hot dogs, they went with hat dags, and I'm like, all right, I get it. Yeah, I'm like, that's cool. You guys can make fun of me. That's great. And then all of a sudden, this family was right next to me from, like I said, 30 minutes away in Western New York, and we started high-fiving, like, yeah, we do talk like that. I'm like, shh, don't tell them we talk like that. All right? Don't tell them we talk like that. But the great thing, no, I was like, don't give them any ammo.
Don't you fuck this up.
No ammo. They're already they wrote it on the board on their food truck. They're trolling us live, like actually live in front of us. Like, don't give them any more ammo. Don't give them any more ammo. But it's the same. They'll say that, but then like after every other sentence, they'll be like, "Oh, it's a great fest, eh?" And I'm like, "Oh, you don't see me saying that to you with the whole A thing." They call everybody buddy. They're like, "Oh, what's up going on, buddy?" And I'm like, whatever. I'm not gonna touch it because I'm in Canada. I don't want anything bad to happen. So But
so their buddy is like the UK mate. Like when they say mate in the UK, it's like buddy in Canada.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the South Park episode where they do the whole thing where they're basically, it's Terrence and Phillips, which is like they're Canadian characters, and they make fun of them. They have like the talking heads and stuff. And there's one episode where he's like, "I'm not your buddy, guy." "Well, I'm not your guy, friend. I'm not your friend, pal," and they so on and so forth. They say buddy a lot. They do, and it's in such a friendly, good-natured way, but they say it a lot, and they will disagree, but they do. It's just how it works.
I've only been to Canada once, in Toronto. I gotta admit, I didn't pay that much attention to see that, but I have to be aware of that now.
Yeah, you like there are people with like anything else in life, right? There's people with like thick accents, or they use a lot of the stereotypical phrases and whatnot. And there's sometimes
a boot.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
that, a boot?
Some of them do have the thick a boot, like with the I'm sorry. I'm like, did you mean I'm sorry? No, I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm not really sure where that's going, but they also there's the real thick accents is where they do throw a at the end of everything. So it's like they're constantly asking you questions, but they're not. They're just making statements. So like, it's fucking great beer fest, eh? I'm like, is that a question or are you just making a statement? Because I can like reply to you, but I'm not sure. I'm like, I don't know how to touch this. I've only met a couple that's like really into it.
That was a question, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel that there's an A question mark on the end of that. So I'm gonna answer, and then they'll just continue talking. I'm like, I shouldn't have answered that because that was a statement. So I don't know where I'm going with this. But it's just like
you're in a conversation with someone you don't want to be in a conversation with.
Yeah, I'm like, I'd like to have a conversation, but I feel like you're just saying like a paragraph to me. So, like, speak your mind. I will answer at the end. No, but the thing is everybody in Canada for the most part is pretty friendly. It's funny. You just like today walking around, everyone say, "What's going on?" You know, I wore a shirt that some people found was corny because it had a lot of puns on it, but I wore a shirt that had iced tea. His picture, and then there was 3 ice cubes with the face of Ice Cube, the rapper, movie star. So iced tea with ice cubes in it, right? So, it's comical. It's funny, right?
Right.
I got stopped about 60 times with people just going, "That is the best shirt in the world." Like I thought there would be like maybe a half dozen people are like, "Hey, that's a funny shirt," whatever. At about like the 20th time, I was just like, just stop telling me it's a great shirt. But everyone's so friendly, like, that's a great shirt, high five. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I shouldn't have worn the shirt. I regret it all. All of it. Right now, I regret
it. You were the star of the show.
Yeah, I'm like, this is not what I had in mind. But it's an awesome fest. Chad throws on a great fest every year. It's one, and the cool thing about Chad's fest is, and he talks about it on his channel, on his BDUs and stuff, but all the profits go to the Ronald McDonald House in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. So he doesn't pocket anything like at all. He like last year he raised $6,600 for a single guy. He has some help from friends, but he pretty much organizes everything. And to raise $6,600 by yourself, grassroots fest, no sponsors, none of that stuff, shows how well it is. And it's in a little town in Ridgeway, Ontario, Canada. It's a really small town. Like, it has that feeling like everybody knows one another. Like literally everybody knows one another in that town. Like they're all neighbors, even though they're not. So you go there and you're like, wow, this is kind of just like in the middle of almost nowhere, a lot of farmland and stuff. But man, like 12, 13, 1,400 people come to it. And that's a pretty good fucking turnout.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great time.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I mean, the first year he did it, he was, he's nervous. He's like, I don't know what's going to happen. And then all of a sudden, like 4 years later, it's like, yeah, it's pretty fantastic. So,
well, Basement says, hey, buddy, I say that 20 times a day.
See, I'm telling you. He was supposed to come on board.
He said he was bummed out. He missed the fest. Would have been great to hang out with everyone.
Yeah.
He also said that Average Dad and Joe hook up with some twins.
That's an inside joke, but my dad always comes with me because why not? Fucking, it's a great time, and he's kind of the older guy, life of the party. Fucking everybody likes him and stuff, but there's some crude stuff that is said, as you will when you get hammered. But yeah, it's a great time. And Jamie was supposed to come. He had some things go on, but he was supposed to come, and I'm really bummed that you didn't come, Jamie, because we had a great time. It was a great time.
There's nothing wrong with a little bond in there and having a good time doing it.
Oh man, it's the best. Like I said, we go up every usually Friday, and we have a big bottle share with everybody, and everybody brings like 3 or 4 beers, and we do reviews on everybody's channel. Not mine because I don't have one, but all the people who actually have like beer reviewing channels, we get on there and we fucking review.
Why do you do a channel?
Where's Drunken One?
Drunken One an hour later.
How drunken are you, One? Well, it took you an hour and a half to figure out how to get on, so I'm guessing you're pretty drunken, One.
I had to do this shit on my telephone. I can't get my computer to pull this shit up for some reason.
Looks like we're talking to you from NASA here. What's going on in space?
Are you on the International Space Station, Drunken One?
It says it wants me to download Firefox Chrome and all this crap, and I can't make it for some reason. I've done it before on my computer. Hi.
Well,
So-
Google's definitely had their issues with this thing.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, usually this works. I have to fight it usually, but it works.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get things sorted a little bit and try and get y'all better sounding
All
stuff.
right. So, Joe, any beers that you had that kind of surprised you or knocked you out or things you liked?
If I could remember, no. I don't think any blew me away. A lot of times at Chad's Fest, breweries will bring like their standards or their core, so they won't. Some places will just be like, well, here's our pale ale, here's our here's our wheat beer, here's our lager, and here's our IPA. So it's tough to get like amazing, you can't beat it type of beers. But some places did. There's a couple breweries that brought like just regular, because you know how everything's imperial stouts now. When you talk adjuncts, like you throw coconut or vanilla, and everything's barrel aged. There's a couple places that brought like 5.5% stouts. One place did it with vanilla beans. One place did it with cold brew coffee, coconut, and vanilla, and they were fantastic. A couple places did New England style pale ales really well, considering they're in Ontario. But the belief out there is like when it comes to craft beer, Canada's kind of behind the curve, but they're really not. It's just they're not. A lot of their places aren't well known, so they're brewing a lot of awesome beer out there. But in the States, you don't really hear about it too much. So that's what I like. I like experiencing, just middle of nowhere breweries that you would never have a chance to try. They drove 3 hours from the middle of Ontario down to hang out at the fest, and it's like, it's like I'd love to try this. Yeah, it's the best because. As much as I go to Canada and I can get up there, it's like 3-hour drive into the middle of Ontario is not, ideal. At least not like on a monthly or even bi-monthly basis. So to have 35, 40 breweries come, and a lot of them be breweries that I'll probably never get to, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I know. Like, Bino gets some different ones. I know Dan, where he's out in Canada, booze reviews. He gets some different ones, it seems. So there's definitely some out there. They're just not all well known, and they're still getting their stuff together for sure.
Yeah, the one thing about Ontario, though, to a lot of the other provinces is like they don't have any privatized stores. And out in like Alberta, I think BC, I know out east in the Maritimes, they can get privatized stores where these stores will actually bring in a lot of cool stuff. Like there's some places in Alberta they'll bring in like specialty brewery beers that even us in the States can't get unless you sign up to their whatever their thing is, like their special thing where you have to be a member. Right. But they also get, and pardon my French, fucked royally because they're privatized, and they come into Alberta and they're like, well, this brewery beer is brewery only, no pun intended. And at the brewery, it's $30. You have to be a member. So it's in Alberta now. We're going to charge you $60. It's like, whoa, $60 is a lot to pay for a beer that should be half that price. But they do get cool stuff. Where in Ontario, you don't see that. Ontario, you either go to the LCBO, which is the Liquor Control Board of Ontario, which pretty much handles most of the sales. The beer store, which has like your classic macro stuff with a little craft beer thrown in. And now they're starting to get into like grocery stores and stuff. But it's, and some places are doing like online, they can sell stuff and have it delivered. But for the most part, if you want to get cool stuff in Ontario, you got to go to the brewery. And that's not always the ideal situation, because it might be an hour away, it might be 2 hours away. And that kind of sucks. It just doesn't show up at your beer store like us here in the States, where we're like, all these places now, like, and I'm sure it's the same for you, Rod. You go to your store and like it's every week there's 10, 15, 20 new beers. You can't even keep track of the stuff anymore.
No, you can't, with all the different breweries and all different things they're putting out. I mean, you think about 5,300 plus breweries, right, that are out there now, and just in America. Yep. And like one of the guys was talking last week during the show we did Thursday, and if each of them average 8 beers, the numbers are just astronomical in what you may find at certain places.
That's right there, over 40,000 beers. Like it's,
right.
And even if you have a fraction of that being distributed to, like, say, your certain state, you're talking thousands of beers. And it's like, I remember, when I first got back and when I first got into craft, it was late 2009, early 2010. I could keep track. Even just 7 years ago, I could keep track of all the new stuff on the shelf. Each week I'd go into my local bottle shop of choice and I would be like, hey, wow, there's 4 new things here. I'm probably gonna purchase them all. It's like $10. I'm out the store. Now I get there. There's 15 new things. Every beer is like $12 a piece, and they're like 12-ounce bottles. And I'm like, if I want to spend $150 to $200, I can get everything new this week, but I just not going to because that's not feasible. So I will just get one of them and then leave, and then I'll go and look on YouTube for reviews or on Untapped or something. It's like,
Yeah.
It's tough nowadays, and that's a great problem to have, though. Honestly, as much as I seem like I'm complaining or we're disappointed, just like that, it's great to have the variety and the choice to, buy whatever you want to buy.
Well, the funny thing is, then you're in the store for like hours. So
An hour.
My
Like
wife's
a half day.
Well, yeah, like my wife's in the car waiting. Like, where do you take us? I'll be right out.
Yeah, you'd be like, I'll be out. I'll just go in for 5 minutes. Like half an hour later, you're like, well, they had this, and then I had to talk to the guy about this, and then there's deals over here, and I don't know what happened. I mean, that's kind of how it goes. It's just like, you go in there with the intention of, I'm going to get a couple new things, and then you leave with a lot more that you never like. You were like last week. You were talking about you got the Great Lakes chill wave.
Yeah.
And I know that's like technically out of date. Like you said, when you bought it, it was like
it was like a couple of days outdated, but $4.99 a 4-pack.
It's fucking like an 8% beer. I'm sure it still tastes really good, and it's $4.99 for a 4-pack. It's like, that's really a no-brainer.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I did that video I uploaded when I went to Party Town, and some of the guys are like, I'd have to pitch a tent if I went to that place.
Yeah.
So many beers that we had.
He's a pitch a tent.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I'm sure like the majority of viewers did that.
Natural.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. You get a little excited when you see that much good beer in a single area. It happens.
Yeah.
Right.
And the funny thing is, I did that video. I didn't even show in the video where they had like 18 taps in there as well.
Oh yeah.
So they had growlers up front, and they give you samples so you can taste the beers before you buy them.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to settle down, Rod, because you don't want to kill anybody. You don't need to show. You don't need to show the taps. You don't want to kill anybody. You want to hurt anybody.
Then they got the cigar room in there, so you can get some cigars. They got a nice humidor room. It's like, that's just one of the places I go to, right? So
yeah,
I'm gonna upload. If I do a beer run to this other place, I'm gonna upload that video probably this weekend because I go to this other spot for like a lot of the individual bottles that have pretty good deals. Which you're in New York, so. I don't know if you've seen this one yet, but I had this one earlier. The 2 Oaked IPA from Southern Tier.
Yep.
It's like limited, I guess, so it's not everywhere, but that was really good.
Yeah, they're coming out with so much like stuff like every couple weeks.
Yeah.
And I just can't keep up with Southern Tier. I like Southern Tier. One of the classic, right? The classic New York brewery, especially in here. They're technically classified as Western New York, but like they're kind of a part of Buffalo, even though they're 2 hours to the south. But they're kind of a part of Buffalo.
Right.
But I like all their stuff, or most of it. And it gets around. I like that everyone gets a chance to get it. Usually in the northeast. Now I think they're getting kind of a little further down south.
Yeah, we usually get them pretty easily down here in Kentucky and Ohio, but they were supposed to be at one time merging with Victory Brewing and another brewer to avoid being bought out, but I don't know if they're still doing that or not.
They did, and they built a new brewery, I believe, in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been releasing stuff out of that, and I think they upped their production because they're obviously have multiple breweries now.
Right. But I would say they had a pretty good line of beers that they actually do.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of guys in New York and in the Northeast probably grew up in the last 5 or 10 years, probably drinking Southern Tier at some point. And I know Paul, over at PA, good friend of ours.
Yeah. I was driving Paul crazy on Thursday because I was drinking 2 Victory beers he was not able to get. He hadn't seen there yet. He was like, "You're fucking killing me."
Paul was off the hook that night, man.
Yeah.
Paul was off the hook. He really was.
Let me tell you something real quick about Paul. I'm going to talk a little quiet because I don't want him to hear about it, even though he can. He lives literally in the backwoods, like you drive down like a half-mile dirt road. I don't even know if it's dirt. It might just be grass. And there's like bears that attack his front door, and he sees Sasquatches and stuff. I've been there.
Yeah.
And it's scary. Not only because Paul's there, but because like the actual area is scary. and he's in the backwoods. So it doesn't surprise me that like he doesn't see Victory's new releases, or he's all pissed off like, Trojan just came out with this beer. Why don't I have it? Maybe because no one can find your house. Like I don't know.
No, he kept saying to Rod, he says, he says, I still want to have sex with you, but, and then he'd just go off on some weird tangent, you know? And it's like, what? Did he really just say that? And he said it a couple times. I wasn't hearing it, you know. He said it a couple times, and it was just way off the wall. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's
about,
cool.
I'd like to say that's like an online persona. Totally not. Like 100% not an online persona.
Let's hope it is. Yeah, let's hope it just stays online just for fun and, you know, shits and giggles or whatever. But
I've spent hours in a car with him, and he's pretty much the same. Yeah, it's kind of frightening a little bit.
Yeah.
Paul was our wild card. We bring Paul on. He's the wild card for sure.
Paul's a good guy.
Really.
Paul's a good guy. But he does
Yeah,
take
he
things
seems like
down.
a
Oh,
good
he's
guy.
hilarious. I
Dark
grew up in
path.
Jersey, so when I go back home, I'm going to definitely see Paul up in PA.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah.
It's a great time. Just
He wouldn't let me live it down if I didn't, for sure.
yeah, you got to be prepared for just random things from him, though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when I hung out with him, it went like 0 to 60 real quick. It was one of those things where he drank a lot of beer. He got shit faced. The next thing I know, he has a big old machete out. Like, look at this machete. I'm like, please don't get that away.
He got machete, he got an axe.
Like we're watching the movie Jason. I don't want like a real life event happening. That mimics
You
the
know,
movie.
I always tell him, and I'm seriously, I tell like him and his little girls. I mean, he did a great job of
Oh, yeah.
raising those girls. I mean, you can just tell how great of a dad he is with them. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
he's got
That's
that.
cool.
You know.
Yeah, he's a
He's
good
gonna
family
be-
man.
But he's gonna be when they start dating. Those boyfriends are gonna have to go through some hell.
Oh, I
Yeah, right?
can only imagine the troll that he'll do all the boyfriends. It should be fun.
Yeah.
That was the thing about Chad's Fest this weekend too. Missing Paul, because Paul came to 2 of the 4. He didn't came the first 2 years and wasn't able to come last year. And man, it's a great time. But as you guys know, just being in the chat for a couple hours. In real life, it's similar and it's a lot of fun. But he wasn't able to come on because obviously, you know, things going on in his life too. So, but he was surely missed. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. He's a great guy, but holy shit, when you get some beer in him, he just doesn't stop.
Well, it's so funny. We did a hangout, and we were like, "Oh, I guess we'll go." So they said, "You can't shut it down. I just poured a new beer. We got to keep going."
The thing about Paul is he's always pouring a new beer like every 5 minutes, right? You can't keep track.
He goes through it pretty quickly.
The one chat he got into, he's like, "Oh, I've been on for 2 hours, and here's my 12 beers." I'm like, "Excuse me, what now? Like 12 beers in 2 hours? Like that's beer every 10 minutes. How are you even coherent, let alone alive and like awake with your eyes open?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm still good." I'm like, wow. Like I would be shit faced somewhere in a corner, right?
We did a show one night, and I like signed off the show to go to bed or whatever. And it was him and Tom, went like another 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, your chats are the best, right? You kind of just let people go, and a lot of people are intimidated by that, right? But it's like it's super entertaining.
Yeah. Well, the one a few weeks ago that I know you were all watching and stuff, and it was like, I had a couple people asking if I was going to stop anything. I was like, well, you know what? Let's let everything happen now. So.
Yep. Sometimes you got to. I mean, you know. I don't want to say there's no time for drama or whatever. The beer tuning's like any other hobby. You're going to have people who don't agree. You're going to have people that disagree. It's just how it goes.
Well, I tell you, I talk like with the UK guys. Like I'm friends with a lot of them, and I see some of the stuff from their like Facebook page chats on stuff and some of their beer groups, and that's where some high drama seem to be. Like,
Really? Wow.
guys that run those groups, yeah.
Well, one thing I've learned, and I think you try to do the best, but at least at what you're trying to do, you know, bring people together with beer chat and stuff. I'm always the believer of because you have a singular hobby, everybody has a similar hobby. It doesn't mean you all have similar thoughts and you all have to be buddy friends. You can be cordial with everyone. But you don't necessarily have to like everyone and be like best friends. And some people get offended at that. And I can see how that's.
Do we really need to revisit that again?
No, I'm just saying in general though. There are a lot of people, and it goes for any hobby. It's like,
Were
hey
you
man, I like
watching that
collecting.
episode of Average Joe? Did you see that one?
I've seen a lot of episodes of a lot of different things involving certain individuals, and I will say you just have to look at it from a step back and look at it from a hobby perspective. I've known just take like I don't know collecting baseball cards, stuff, right, or collecting comics. If you like collecting comics, that's cool. But that doesn't mean everyone's fucking going to be best friends forever because you like comics. You know, it's some people that just can't process it. It's tough to take 10 people in like a chat and be like, we're gonna agree on everything. We're gonna be best fucking friends because we like beer.
No, that's like not gonna happen. Yeah,
you can't do it. But some people wanted that to happen.
In fact, I kind of like when it's not that way because then you have a debate there. What
it's more real.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, you have to have the adversity.
Yeah. When I try to keep everything like as far as the people I bring on, I can get in. I like that everybody's coming from different areas and different diversity and different things like that to try to open up different types of opinions. So,
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, you can't please everybody all the time. So.
No, it's like anything else. It's like when you guys review beers and you get people that agree with every review you post. Oh, I thought the exact same thing too. And it's like if you're thinking that your palate matches up 100% with another individual's, then you're lying because nobody likes 100% the same beers. Like you might like 80% or maybe 90%, but there's like one or two beers all the time you'll be like, I can't believe you like that. I thought it was shit, and they're gonna say vice versa. I know you want to be nice, but you should just speak the truth and speak your opinion. No one should be offended because someone doesn't like it because someone else doesn't, because that's how tastes work. Whether it comes to food, beer, music, movies, entertainment, nobody agrees on everything.
Yeah, but it does drive me crazy sometimes when I like watch videos and it's like someone like never dislikes any beer. Like every beer is like the great beer or a top beer. It's like you can't. Every beer is not going to be that great of beer. Some of the beers, like some IPAs I've had, they taste like you're taking fucking medicine. They're not all that great. But some people think everything is always a good beer, and it's like, well, where's your integrity as far as how you're breaking stuff down? I mean, just be honest about the beers you're doing. That's what I always try to do.
Well, a lot of times I dictate what people say about the beer. Like they already know in their mind, like let's say their scoring system's out of 10. They get a fucking one of these beers from like a northeastern New England style, like Trillium or Treehouse, right? Automatically they're like, this cannot be under a 9 out of 10. Like it can't. Like it's guaranteed a 9 out of 10. Then they drink it, they're like, it's the fucking greatest beer I've ever had. And they might not even really like it. But their mind says it's gonna be awesome because of the hype. That's why I love blind beer reviews. I had Paul like 15 beers a couple months ago, and I just wrapped them up in fucking brown paper and tape, and he didn't know what they were. What's that, Tom?
That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, well, right. Yeah, don't read the can before you review it, because then your kind of mindset's into what it says on the can.
Exactly.
It changes your opinion. And that's like some people that do the reviews while they're eating food. Like if you eat a food while you're doing a review, your palate's being affected.
And according to Paul, after doing those blind reviews, Yingling traditional lager is basically now a wild saison. So we have that because he's drinking. He's like, oh, it has a tartness to it. Oh, it's a little lemony. Oh, it's like saisonish. And then he opens up and he goes, are you fucking kidding me? This Yingling traditional lager. And I'm like, yeah, I told you your palate was stupid, Paul. This proves it 100%. Now, but he did really good. He hit a lot of them right on the nose. But then he gets that, and he's like, I don't know what's happened.
He's eating handfuls of Good and Plenty's or whatever,
Exactly. But the blind beers are so fun because it does take off any bias that you have towards style, towards a brewery, towards whatever. Because if you don't know what you're drinking, you pour it, you smell it, you taste it, and you're like, okay, it could be fucking Miller High Life, and maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, or it could be like one of the greatest IPAs that people think in the world. But until you do it with an unbiased review, then I think that's the only true way to really do a beer. 100%, no unbiased opinion. But it's tough. No one's gonna fucking. It took me like 2 hours to fucking set up that beer mail, like to wrap it up and shit. Because I'm like, you can't see the edges, you can't see this and all that.
Yeah. Well, that's why like I don't try to read like some of the beers that I got in there. I don't try to watch reviews. Like for instance, I've got KBS in there, but I have not watched any KBS reviews. I've not read anything on K because I don't want to be influenced in any way.
I'm telling you, it's like a 9.5 out of 10 right now. Just like it's
Right.
before you even tasted
tasting
it. Maybe it's a 9.
Yeah, exactly.
9.5 though. Maybe a 10.
We know I got that, and I've got that Lagunitas Westified coffee style, which I've had, which is really good too. So,
And it's fucking so cheap.
Side by side, but like I'm gonna do an individual one on KBS as well.
That's what I love about Lagunitas too. They've always been, the price point is always right with Lagunitas.
Yeah. But
Like
people
they're
are gonna slam them now because Heineken bought all of the shares.
Oh yeah, now everything's instantly shit. Everything that's already on the shelf is just garbage. Even though they've not touched the beer, it's just shit instantly. Let's not buy it.
Well, it's like I read an article this week and it said craft brewers are going after non-craft beer breweries or whatever, right? It's like 14 things they named, 14 different breweries, right? Then I open up the article. It doesn't say anything about really craft brewers doing. It's like Brew Studs is like against them and trying to influence people. But it's like this whole thing is like clickbait or whatever, you know?
Oh, there's a lot of clickbait going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I always try to go local. I always try to go local first. But, you know, me and Tom, I talked about before, if you're at a place and it's kind of like your stuff there on tap, and you may take one of the ones that may have been bought out, I'll drink that before I'll just drink a straight, you know, Budweiser or something, you know.
We can't hear you, Tom. I don't know if you're muted or.
Tom, are you muted?
But, am I? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
now we can.
Now we can.
I was just speaking softly.
So what were you going to say?
That joke missed, but
I have no idea. Tom's drunk.
I'm just spitballing here. It's not all going to be gold.
What happened to your sound? Why are you so low?
Oh, hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You keep on cutting in and out.
Can you hear me now? No, not like.
Yeah.
We can also see you real well too.
I'm ready for my close up.
Oh, you some bitches, can you hear me?
Oh man, that's great. To go back to your.
Hear me now.
As you get closer, yes, but as you go further back, it seems like it's cutting in and out.
Yeah.
There you go.
But I'd like to get the Rhino thing at some point. I'd like to plan to try to get there.
I think it'd be a great time, Rob.
Oh, I think so.
Oh yeah, it'd be a great time. It's always a good time.
Yeah.
That really turns into a weekend of events, basically.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we'll have another beer festival here in September. We'll have a few things through the summer before that, but yeah, the next big one will be September. We'll have like 500 beers down here. So
That's great. That's what I'm talking about, right?
the funny thing is, like they do the Cincinnati Beer Fest, and you volunteer if you want to pour beer. So you get into the fest for free, right? Because you're volunteering.
Mm-hmm.
They encourage you to drink because you don't have to worry about taking any money. You just take drink tickets.
They encourage you to drink.
Yeah.
No encouragement needed.
No encouragement needed. But you can go to any booth, whatever, without waiting in line because you're a volunteer. So you just walk up to any tap you want if you want to try a beer. So you're like, excuse me, volunteer. You go get your beer. And if you get too drunk, they just send you home. So there's like no way to lose in this situation.
Absolutely, that is win-win, and then some more win. Like there's no losing.
So every year I get more people at work that want to do it because they're like, wait a minute, we can do all of this? Yeah.
What is the downside? Absolutely nothing.
Right.
Hangover in the morning.
Yeah. Well, they do it on Friday and Saturday, so you don't have to worry about working usually on the weekend.
You can nurse your, your hangover with more beer.
Yeah.
Hair of the dog, my friend.
I took 2 new guys last year to one. We had to put one in the cab on the way home because when you're a newbie at it, you're just out of control. You just like have so much beer, you're like just put anything in my mouth you can.
And a lot of people don't hydrate. Like you gotta drink water. You don't drink water, bad things are gonna happen. I don't care what you're drinking. You're done.
And they don't eat. A lot of them don't eat enough either.
You got to have some kind of base before you go to any beer fest. Have a good meal. Make sure you drink water. Eat a little bit at the fest, at the very least, if not multiple things. And you can drink a lot, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. So a lot of times I had to teach the guys how to pace themselves when they're going through it and what to do and stuff too. But yeah, last year I had the road booth. We did last February we had the road booth, and then the guy next to me, my buddy, he had Sam Adams, and we had what's the other Smutty Nose? They were right there with us, and a few of the other ones. We had some pretty good beers that were in place.
The one thing about Beer Fest too is if you can buy it locally, or you have easy access to it, or it's like a core. I try to stay away from it. I don't need to drink like all these crazy beers, but like try to get stuff you can't easily get. You know what I mean? That's where when you go to your first couple Beer Fest, you're just whatever. I want this. I'll drink this. I'll drink this, and the next thing you know, you're like, I made a huge mistake.
Yeah.
I could have got a variety pack at the corner liquor store for $12. Instead, I just wasted it all.
That can happen.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, if anybody's looking to know how to do a beer festival, if you go to my Facebook page, I did put out a piece on how to survive your first beer fest. So
look at that, Rod the Segway King over here. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
So out there on the Rod J BeerVentures Facebook page, there is a piece about how to survive your first beer festival. Trust me, there is an art with it. I actually saw one guy that got a chance to taste every beer at one beer fest. Obviously, he wasn't drinking them all. Some of them he was doing pours off of, but you need to know where to hit first and where you're going. You need to lay a game plan on what you want to try to reach so that you can get to the beers to maximum. Like, I like to go to the beers that aren't in my area. Find out what's going to be there. Get to map it out so you can get all of those. Anything else you can get anytime you want.
Places that don't distribute limited releases. You want like you said, you want things you can't get easily locally.
Right.
If you can, don't worry about it. You'll find it at your mix of 6-pack. You'll find it in a variety pack. You can find it in 4-pack, 6-packs. You want stuff that you're going to be like, holy shit, this might never show up again. I need to try it.
Right. And a lot of people don't realize that. They just, I didn't know that beer was there, or I missed that beer, blah, 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 because you were drunk. You were already out of control. You didn't get a chance to go get what you wanted.
Also, I feel like they need to also realize that about halfway through the fest, your itinerary or whatever plan you had is completely out the window. That's just how that goes. Yeah. At some point, you're just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm doing this, and I said I was going to do this, but not anymore because I'm over here now.
Yeah. I even, after a point, I do my untapped, and I can't even do my untapped after a point, but...
You know what? That's what happened to me. Today I got about, 10 pours in, and I was just like, I'm going to add all these beers to my wish list and hope that I remember them. That's what I'm doing. I'll check them in later.
Occasionally, we get some of the guys that the old school flip up little notebook and their pencils, and they're writing stuff in there. I was like, dude, that is not going to last.
That's dedication. Yeah, that's dedication. I can't. That's
movie.
Yeah. This is not 1973, but you know what? They're dedicated, and they're going to be way more accurate than I am. Because when I'm trying to fucking type on my phone when I'm reaching to the wind, it's not going well at all. Like, I'm misspelling things on Untapped. I'm checking in wrong beers. I don't know what happens. I'm not documenting it.
But now I'm not writing shit down.
Yeah, they'll write stuff down, and they'll be there with their little notepad. They'll flip up the top, and they're writing down what they're.
I have respect for that.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's probably the best way to remember it. I mean, as long as you don't accidentally throw it out.
Yeah, man, I like it. Because people underestimate, people get like these little 4 or 5 ounce cups that we use, and they do add up after a point, even though they're small cups. Especially like when we're doing like high, like ABVs. Well, some of our stuff 12%, 13%, 14%.
This is all too close to the heart from earlier this evening. Because all this happened about 8 hours ago.
Not too much.
No, I actually did pretty good. I mean, the one thing cool about Chad's Fest is I don't know if it's the same in your guys' areas, but like most fests are 4 hours long or so, maybe 5.
Yeah, this is 4 hours. Yeah,
Chad's is 8 hours, and it's 11 a.m. start.
Don't worry.
Yeah, ours is usually about 4 hours. You get a break in between. Because I actually was a volunteer on 2 last year. Like, after the first shift, I'm not going to do the second.
I will say though, I didn't go too hard today. I feel good. No hangover.
You're not sure your words or anything, so you feel pretty good.
No, I mean, I probably had somewhere around 20, 25 samples, but you're talking over a 7-hour period, so not too bad with food and stuff. I know how to pace myself. I'm a pro. Even pros fuck up all the time. And I'm not a pro. I'm super amateur, like most people. But when you go to these things, it's like I realized hydrating is the way to go. Eating's the way to go. And not drinking every fucking thing people tell you to is also the way to go. You just it's also the way to go.
Well, that's like Tim Cook is always saying, you drink a beer, you drink a water.
Yep.
That's how he stayed hydrated.
That's what I try to do. For every ounce of beer I drink, I try to match that in water.
Yeah.
It's failed me before. But it's like about 80% of the time it's not.
The count falls off. Fucking, how many beers did I have? How many ounces am I at right now? Do I need a 32-ounce tumbler or what?
Exactly. Basement Beer Reviews, Jamie still. He said, "Who is the drunkest at the fest this year?" Did Winter's Coming show up? Another beer tuber. Winter's Coming did not show up. And the drunkest at the fest was Rod. You've seen him on Chad's channel. Our buddy Greg, who he has a tendency to close his eyes when he gets drunk and fall asleep at the end of BDUs. He got absolutely incredibly torn up to the point where like he's really loud, like super loud. He was about 3 times as loud as he was. And he was saying,
was he like Frank the Tank? Going crazy?
He's just like him. Like, and he says the most crudest things that you can possibly imagine. It's fantastic. But then I want to be about at least 50 yards away from him, so I'm not associated with him at that time.
He's like, we're going streaking.
Yeah, like we were one of the guys on Chad's channel BDU and has his own channel, Maxwell Star, Nick. We were doing some duo reviews because he brought his camera and he's like, "Oh, Joe, you want to review?" I'm like, "All right, let's do it." And then Greg would just come in from behind. I'm like, "Oh my god, he's hammered!" Right? So Nick and I had to like position ourselves and find openings to like leave him without him knowing. You know, that one of those things where he's like a little child at this point because he's so hammered, where you're like, all right, if we just go this way and like distract him with something, we'll get reviewed. And that happened multiple times.
I think we're getting some feedback on yours drunken one that people are noticing as well. I don't know if your volume's too high or.
Oh, okay. I'll turn you down.
Okay. Or. Sometimes when the volume's too close to the microphone, it throws it off. Yeah,
that does happen.
Yeah,
you're on your phone too, right? Or
I'm trying to work some things. Yeah, so sorry. Okay, I can't see the chat at this point.
There, you're good there.
Yeah, it's much better. I don't hear any feedback.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, what are you drinking tonight, drunken?
I am doing the Hopadillo from Carbach. Y'all probably can't see it. It's a Houston.
I've heard of them.
Houston-based beer, Hopadillo. It's like a 6.2, I think.
Okay.
I don't know all the credentials on it. They're review guys.
Well, I think one of the latest one bought out too. I think they got purchased by somebody as well.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's not it's a bad moment there. Yeah, I don't remember that.
You know.
Did everybody get upset like the Wicked Weed thing?
Before people were bitching like 2 weeks ago about Wicked Weed, right?
Yeah. Oh, they were bitching.
But I was like, you know what? All you people bitching about Wicked Weed are the same people lined up for Bourbon County Stout, so I don't want to hear it.
You know what? I've seen a lot of discussion, and I agree, and a lot of those people are just. I don't want to. It's not the equivalent, but it's like those same people will go and eat at McDonald's any day of the week.
Right. They're going to go.
Right.
They're not bitching about Founders. They're still getting KBS. Founders.
Yep.
Yeah.
They'll go to Walmart and buy things because they're cheaper. They'll buy Johnson & Johnson products to wash their hair or whatever.
Right.
No one has their pennies in a bunch over that. You know why? Because it's not craft beer. Ooh, craft beer is ours and it's just special. No, it's beer. And you drink it and it's good and it tastes good. And look, if you have an issue with Anheuser-Busch's or AB InBev's business practices stuff, I get it and I understand. But you can't be hypocritical where you're doing that and then buying Bourbon County Stout, for instance.
Exactly.
I've seen people who I've seen do reviews of Bourbon County Stout are just like, Wicked Weed, you're pieces of shit, this and that. And I'm like, so remember like 6 months ago when you gave that Bourbon County Stout like a 98 out of 100 and he says one of the greatest beers ever? What happened then? Like, if they're not pieces of shit back then, they're cool, but now they're not cool. I'm like, how does this work? Tell me how this works, because I'm confused right now.
It's like, if you're going to do it across the board.
Just don't be a hypocrite. Yes, just stick to your guns. If you're going to be the guy that's like, I'm never buying anything that AB InBev touches, more power to you. And you have, like, not that my support means anything, but more people would be like, you have my support because you're sticking to your guns. You're what you believe in is what you believe in. That's fine. Yeah. But you can't be hypocritical and pick and choose who you're going to support. Like, even the Heineken thing, like Heineken's, they're not AB InBev. Like, AB InBev is a huge fucking company. Their business practices are probably way more shady than Heineken's, but people are like, oh, I'm not touching Lagunitas anymore. I'm like, why? Because they have a great price point and their beer's awesome? I guess that's just for the rest of us, right? Like, I'm cool with buying like $8 6-packs of great beers and fucking like the High Westified come in, like when the Bombers came out, they were $9. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it.
More undercover for me,
Yeah. Oh, wait, Heineken owns them all now, so instantly the beers that I have like in my cellar or like on the shelves are shit. No, they're not. They're still amazing. And they're probably going to still be amazing for a long time.
Right.
It's unbelievable. Like, it hurts the brain just thinking of like people that just do that. It's like, I don't get it.
Yeah. But hey, well, I mean, I can understand what people, like I said, you're trying to buy local and support the local type things. Everything works out well to do that along those lines. But then it's the whole hypocrisy that's the issue with it. It's like people that are like complaining about devil's backbone, but will go out and then buy somebody else that also was bought out. It's kind of like, this is the world that we're in. And if it's a good beer, drink the beer, and definitely. But if you want to support local, that's great. I'm all about supporting local first, but don't just sit in the beer because someone has success and someone went out after them and bought them out.
And you know what? I say support local. Like I'm vibing with that. I'm good, but only support local if they make good products. Don't blindly support local. There's a lot of not every brewery makes good beer. There's some shitty local breweries everywhere. That's just out of the, like you said, 5,300 breweries. There's got to be some shitty ones in there. Is it 5%? Is it 7%? I don't know. There's some shitty ones in there. And we all know.
That's the thing. Like some of the people I saw on this list that I've had make better beers than some of the ones that are local beers.
Oh yeah, and some people are like, well, they're local, and I'm going to support them. Is their beer good? It's okay. What the fuck are you doing? But go buy the better beer. That's not just okay because they're your friend or they're in your community. I like that, but like, put out a good product, and then yes, all the support. Yes, local over everything when everything's equal, no doubt in my mind. But like blindly supporting anything seems stupid to me, just because it's like they're from my town. Well, they make shit beer. I don't want to drink it. Like, what are you doing?
No. Well, keep them in your town.
Yeah, just keep them there. Don't try to fucking just you drink all the shitty beer, all right? And you take all the shit, and I'll just drink the Bourbon County that is apparently owned by the devil. That's what I'll do over here.
You don't want any of this anyway. What in the basement says is that Joe.
Is that great a beer?
Beer reviews that DJ Crazy in the house.
Over years, it isn't that great a product.
What beer are you talking about, Tom?
Beers out there. I'm not spending a lot of money. I'm not waiting in line for 3 hours for Goose Island, which is fairly overhyped. It really is. The beer isn't that good, and people only stand in line because of the hype, not because of the quality of the beer.
Well, a lot of them honestly stay. One thing that they like to stay in line for is the trading purposes.
Yeah.
Like there's people that will go to breweries just get
That-
beers they want.
Oh, I know. I know a woman whose husband bought a Utopia just to sell it.
But again, it goes back to it's all about hype. It's not about quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny you talk about Utopias. Right? Yeah, how much it is in Canada when they have it? How much it is? You want to be?
No, how much is it?
It's like 115 Canadian, which is like $7 American. All right, maybe it's not that. I don't know if it's $7, but it's like
$7 American. Yeah, I'd be really low for Utopia.
Seriously, I've never seen in New York under $250.
Yeah.
Like the MSRP is something like, I don't know, $80.
Yeah.
No, never gonna see it here for that. So when I hear like Canadians can get it for 115,
I will say the guy that bought it here bought it at one of our places, Jungle Gyms. I think it was like $85, but he sold it like on Amazon within like a day for like $100 or $200.
Yeah, it's that black market, that
Yeah,
craft
that's
beer
great.
black market.
Yeah.
That'd be a whole new fucking topic. Would be the black market of craft beer because it's out there and it's insane. There's like beers going for like $5,000, and I'm like, if you have that much money, you're awesome, and I'm very envious. But what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? That's like half a year of mortgage payments. I don't know what's happening.
Well, in the basement said, I think Joe should show his beard.
Oh my god! You should shut your mouth, Chris. Please just shut your mouth.
Basement said, just trying to get everyone's attention. I would join, but babies are sleeping. Fully understand that. Basement says Joe's beard is Jesus times 1,000. So now
I don't even know what that means. Like
you gotta have like a long ZZ Top beard or something.
it's relatively decently long. Yes.
And the basement says, wish you would have seen it live.
Nobody wants that.
Basement said, don't remind me. It's so lame I missed this week and only looking forward to it all year. So
yeah, he had to cancel the day before because of some stuff came up, and he even booked a hotel that I was staying at, and I was like, this would be cool, we'll go to Chad's share next day, we'll drive down to the fest, all this stuff, and he's like, I gotta cancel. So he's not only was he not able to come down, but he was out $125-130 at a hotel room. Didn't even get to come. That's terrible. And we did mention Jamie. He came last year with his father and his brother, and it was awesome. Jamie looks a little bit like Ed Helms from The Office, or yeah, a little bit. Jamie looks a little bit like that. He's a handsome individual. I'm saying this from a totally standpoint of I'm a man, a man's man.
No hangover action.
No, but he does. He looks like Ed Helms, and I always shit over it. But yeah, I was hoping he'd come down. But sometimes life, beer is beer, right? It's a hobby. You enjoy it, you have fun, but life's life, and that happens all the time.
Yeah, you got to handle life first for sure. So
all the time. You can't put beer before anything else in your life because it's, like I said, it's a hobby. It's at the core, like the core of beer is, what is it? It's an alcoholic beverage that you drink to enjoy. And if you get
the Cindy whatchamacallit is the end of all. It's the evil.
You know how ridiculous that woman is?
Oh, I know, she's pretty ridiculous.
I don't even I'm not even a fucking beer tuber. I don't have an actual beer reviewing channel, and I still got hit with that message 3 years ago. She's like, "Oh, beer is the devil," and all this stuff. And I'm like, I comment on people's videos. Like, that's what I do. Like, what am I here? And she's like, you should. I'm like, you don't even know what I do. Like, I don't know. Just get away from me.
Yeah.
If I had a beer tubing channel, you control me, but I don't. So just leave me alone.
The Mormon is strong with her. Oh
man, do you ever see some of her weird videos where she's like, I don't even know. She's like,
kind of weird with the dolls and stuff. Yeah.
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 We just the video a while back. I mean, that chick is nuts.
Oh, I feel for if she has a husband. I feel for him because that's a whole other level.
All week long, just not come home.
Yeah,
if he does, I'm sure that stuff is dry as a bone.
Yeah. Oh, hey, honey, what did you do today? Get this. I went on YouTube and I trolled all the beer tubers, and then I posted a video where I had my dolls and they were in a shopping cart and I was pushing them around and babbling to myself. Sounds like a great time, right? That's what I did today. Yeah, he probably just goes in the room and is like,
I'm going back to work.
Yeah, he's probably like, I need to craft beer like right now. This is ridiculous.
I agree. In the basement says Joe's channel will be the greatest in the history of YouTube, next to Rajay.
Oh, look at this guy. He's trying to be so nice.
I don't know why you don't have a channel, Joe, though.
I don't know.
Somebody wants to flow Average Joe on.
You should do a channel.
I might at some point. I don't know. I love talking craft beer. I like being on chats on this, but I don't know. I mean, reviewing's fun and whatnot, but I don't know. I don't know.
You could do a channel just making fun of the videos that we put up. You could be reviewing the videos of our reviews.
I could just troll an individual that goes by the name of Cindy. That'd be my dedication to.
Average Joe, you need a channel. You got a lot to say. You're not. You need to start your own little channel, your own little review thing or whatever. Yeah, you got to do that.
I appreciate the compliment. No one ever gives me that because it's probably not deserved. So I appreciate that. Usually they just say, "Shut your stupid mouth and get out of here." And I'm like, "All right." That's what I'll do.
Holding you back, Joe.
You're from New York. What do you know? And I say, absolutely nothing. I know nothing. Right? I'm above Paul though. Like. Yeah. As far as states go, like I'm directly above him. The rest of it, I really.
As far as states go, and you're quite witty, I might add.
Do you drink a lot of like small brewing up there in New York, where you're at in Buffalo? Do you get a lot of them?
We get some of their stuff. It's not really that popular. Like a lot of their stuff sits on the shelf when they do the anniversary beers and stuff. Yeah, it just hangs out.
Okay.
I don't know what it. I don't know what it is.
I have from them. I just didn't know how popular or how much you got from up there.
Yeah, we get a decent amount. That's a thing about New York. It should be like two separate states. It should be upstate, which is like everything from Albany to where I am, and then it should be New York City because we shouldn't get screwed over tax wise and everything for New York City. Like everything we get is just because we're part of them, and we have more in common with PA and Ohio. In this area, like in terms of everything, more so than 3 hours, going towards New York City. It's like a completely different landscape and everything. So we don't see a ton of stuff from downstate, like toward, we get like other half, not other half. We get Grimm, we get single cut beer.
We get Evil Twin up there, I'm sure.
Oh, we get a lot of Evil Twin because Shelton Brothers, I believe, are the 12% in importers or whatever they distribute. We get a lot of Evil Twin, yeah. Yeah, we get a lot of it. Yeah, because he has the whole Torse thing going on and stuff. Yeah, he's. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in the basement says Joe almost talks too much.
Oh, I talk way too much. I apologize. The basement
beer review says Joe talks never enough because he is so wise. Channel would immediately get 13 million subs, as would be for beard oil.
See, it takes a troll to recognize a troll there, Jamie. I get what you're saying.
We got to see this beard, man.
At some point, I will unleash the terrible-looking beard that they nicknamed me while doing beer reviews, and I don't know how crude this is, but they called me Osama bin Joe during review. So I told them that I would strap some hot dogs on my chest and fake blowing up the entire house, but
You know what? That might get you some views, if not from regular people, at least from the FBI and the CIA.
Yeah, it'd be like
you'll get some new friends.
Who's this chubby guy that looks like a terrorist reviewed beers? Put him on the watch list.
Says an iced tea with the ice cubes.
So terribly great.
And no troll, Joe is beer Jesus.
No, it's terrible. He's like, when we saw my beer, he goes, "You now look Canadian." I didn't know what that meant, and I still don't. So if you want to clarify what that exactly, because I have a beard, I'm Canadian. I like everyone who's Canadian has a huge beard. I don't understand.
Were you wearing plaid or anything?
No plaid. I didn't want to look like a lumberjack walking around the beer fest.
That would have been funny though.
It would have been pretty funny.
Paul's axe. Yeah.
I do not know. Paul. No. That's bad memories, Roger. I don't know why. I'm having flashbacks. The craziest thing is all that stuff happened at Paul's, but we did a video where we did a blind taste test of 9 different pale ales, and the video was like 20-something minutes long. And when the video started, it was light out, and when the video ended, all you could see was the fire that Paul had started, and you couldn't see us anymore. So it was like 20 minutes going from right to dark from light, and it was the most romantic thing ever happened ever. I guess with Paul, because I'd imagine nothing's romantic in the backwoods with Sasquatches and stuff. But
Sasquatch love.
I remember, this is a true story, when the first year he went to the Rhinos Fest, he had a call from his wife, and I quote, "There's a bear trying to get into our house right now." And she calls him, and Paul's in another country, and he's like, "I can't do anything about this." And I'm just sitting here to the side, and I'm like, "Excuse me, what's happening over there?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I'm on the phone with my wife, and there's a bear trying to get inside the house." I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, this is just exactly how I picture your house being. Like 100% right here. A bear is trying to attack your house right now. Yeah. So everything made sense from that point on.
Like being fucking on a pioneer there.
Oh man.
It's like grab the rifle.
Yeah. Direct. Remember, you know that machete that I almost tried to kill Joe with when I was drunk? Go get that. Protect yourself.
Basement says Joe and Paul did naughty campfire romantic man things.
It was very romantic. I must admit, looking back at it, it was very romantic.
It was a cold night, you know.
Yeah, you had the fire going, and it's just we were chatting. It was beautiful, and then you couldn't see us anymore. And we're still talking. It's fantastic.
You needed the body heat.
Yeah. Oh, totally. And then Paul had this, and when that night started going downhill, is when Paul had the great idea. He's like, there's like 4 or 5 ounces of all these pale ales left. He's like, what'd be really cool? And we just poured this in a gigantic mug and we drank it. And I said,
told me about that story.
Yeah, I'm like, that's on you. This sounds a great idea for you. I'll watch you do it, and then we'll see what happens. Literally 20 minutes after he drank that, he's fucking hammered. It was hammered, and we're doing all these awesome beers. Like I brought down like Firestone Walker, Sukaba, like he never had, and he was all looking forward to it. He did a drunk review of Sukaba where he could barely even talk. And the next day he's like, "Why did you let me do that?" And I was like, "Because it was one of the greatest reviews I've ever seen." I sat next to you and trolled you for 8 minutes about a beer that you won't remember, but you would want to remember. Like, and it's all your fault. You shouldn't have drank the pale ale mixture. That's on you. You're a grown man. You made decisions, just the wrong ones. Yeah.
Man. And nobody got the video footage, huh?
No, I'll have to post it. So the Sukaba one. No, not with the palate. Him drinking that. No.
Yeah.
What his thing was, he poured them all in, and he wanted his wife. He's like, "Why don't you drink them all? Because you didn't get to try any in the blind taste test." She's like, "I don't want to drink 9 different pales just randomly mixed together." And he's like, "Well, if you're not gonna do it, then I'll do it." And instantly chugged it. I'm like, what are you doing? You're ruining the night. And he didn't, because it was fantastic.
Well, I was teasing about how he ate pizza the other night. I don't know if you ever seen him eat pizza before, but he's the only man that turns pizza into a burrito. He was on that chat, and he wasn't talking, and I saw him out of the corner of my eye in the little box down there, and I'm like, Paul, are you eating a pizza right now? Like that? Like it's a steak sub or something? And he's like, uh-huh. And I'm like, can you keep on talking so we can see you? Because this is the grossest, but yet, like, it's tantalizing. Like, I am getting tingles myself watching. This is the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
It was intriguing to watch him. He should just do a video of you eating a pizza alone.
It would get so many views. This is the guy who when he went to Rhinos for the first fest. Rhino's buddy is an actual butcher, and he asked Chad before. He's like, "Oh, what do you got when you get me? You want to get some steaks? You want to get some like beef jerky or whatever?" And I guess like Paul placed the order. He's like, I like ribeye or whatever. The night I came over, he's sitting on the couch in the basement of Chad's, eating a steak with his bare hands like an animal, blood's flying everywhere, and I'm like, maybe some utensils for that? And he's like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm just gonna make do with my hands." I'm like, I had to watch it because you're not gonna turn away from that. Like, here's a grown 30-something-year-old man eating he was like a bear. He was like a bear eating steak, and I'm just like, I have to watch someone should have recorded that because it was fantastic. But yeah, that's
You don't get your hands too close when he's eating a steak.
I don't usually get in within 12 to 15 feet of his area. He's like a dog; he'll defend it, until he's dead. It's like you don't want to go next to him.
Yeah.
Nah.
Let him finish.
And I saw, I think it was last week or the week before, he was talking about like Wendy's and how much stuff he ate like two triples, or was it two triples and a spicy chicken and fries from Wendy's in about 20 minutes.
He told me about that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm still hungry. I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean how you're still high? He's like, yeah, it was good. It was a nice snack. I'm like, I don't understand what's happening right now. And I don't want to understand what's happening. So we're just going to forget this happened. We went to Wendy's, you ate food, and we're done. Yeah, he's
got an alien inside him or something. Yeah,
he's got like a tapeworm or something.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, that's the brother of Nell. So.
True words never be spoken. Yes. No, Paul's great, but I just have great stories. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He can tell you so many stories, and the thing is people are like, oh, whatever. But no, they're all true. Like all of them, 100%. They're all true. He's not lying for any other reason.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just him. That's his. That's how he rolls, and I'm all right with it. Well, I know Rod's all right with it because you invite him back continuously.
Oh, yeah,
like there's something he's doing right or wrong.
Yeah. I told him I'm all about spreading around. I love having different people on.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, you're probably the most diverse like chat out of everyone that I follow. It's like one of those things where it's like, there's different cliques. Like we're the Canadian guys. We're up there. We've had like Jay on before and stuff, and it goes left, it goes right, it goes sideways, whatever. Stuff happens. You have like the like Jay's chat, their own clique and stuff, and then you have you, which is just like, fucking come and have a great time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets confrontational, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, it's like I go through like everybody's. I come on, I was on Rhino's thing with you guys for a bit the last time, and I go to UK guy stuff. I'll go on Jay stuff occasionally, and all kind of stuff. So it's kind of like connecting these different ones. But it's like the one that we had the episode where Jay and Tom got into it. It was like some people were like putting comments up, like, "Are you going to stop it? Or are you going to?" I'm like, you know what? They've been wanting to go at this for a while, so I'm just going to, sometimes you have to let stuff happen. But like the week before that, I was on a UK chat and they were going at each other. And Paul was like yelling, "Everybody shut the fuck up," type thing. Oh yeah. And it was like, you know what? If this doesn't
I saw that one. That one was
interesting. It'll never happen.
That one was interesting where he was just like, "Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck." I'm like, well, I know you had like 17 beers, but like just bring it down a little. He was like, "I just want everyone to shut up like right now." And I'm like, it's probably the good time to do it because it was getting kind of confrontational, heated, and you want to get to a point where you can have a conversation that doesn't get to that level. You don't want people screaming at one another, talking over one another, like, "Oh yeah." It's like just speak your minds, civil, hopefully civil, very civil.
It's funny because Craig was getting upset, like he was bothered by it.
Yeah.
But then it was Peter's shadow. Peter was just letting it happen, and Peter actually turned off the show. But then he was like, he was upset because he stopped it early.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Peter wants it to roll. He likes to egg everyone on, and I'm like.
And so I was like, on my show, I'm like, well, I might as well just let them finish and get everybody out of their system. And then so.
I also want to point one thing out before we say hi to Jamie, who's here, who is now, I believe that's Shay Terrio actually. But when Peter made fun of me. Clueless drinker Peter totally made fun of me, and I'm okay with that. He tried to troll or like tell Paul to settle down, but he tried to do it in a New York accent, and he totally failed. And he's like, "I just don't have the control that Joe has over you, Paul," and that's completely right.
Yeah,
you don't. Like I have that control over Paul. He is. I can tell him to quiet down, and he will. I don't know why he listens to me. No one will ever listen to me.
You got a common voice. You're pretty calm. I mean, it's Yeah,
you gotta, sometimes
you're like, you're like Morgan Freeman, right? You deliver it in a nice, calm manner, and you're like, okay, well, maybe I am acting up.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta get up to the mic and just like everybody, just settle down right now. We're all civil.
It's like if you ever chose anybody you want to give you bad news, you choose Morgan Freeman because Morgan Freeman will make you feel better.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Two options for me: Morgan Freeman. Who would be the hello? I can't do his voice, but the calming, or Joe Pesci, like the exact. What are you doing over here? Like, what do you like? I remember seeing a bit from Jim Brewer on SNL, like in the late '90s, where he was like, "It'd be the greatest thing if there's a Joe Pesci GPS." Like everyone says they want more Morgan Freeman. Yeah. He went into this bit about Joe Pesci doing the GPS, and it was one of the funniest things ever. And I'm like, I want that now. Like I'll pay $20 a month or whatever, but I want Joe Pesci telling me that I'm an idiot because I made a wrong turn and just berating me in his thick, heavy New York accent. That's what I want all the time.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You turned the wrong way.
Now we're going to be 2 or 3 minutes late. What are you doing? Like, that's what I want to know.
I don't sign shoes no more. What
No.
would you say? You've been away a long time. I don't sign shoes no more.
Oh, nice.
Oh, man. Do I amuse you like a clown? Oh, man. All Pesci's films are absolutely just fantastic. From Casino to Goodfellas to, what's
My Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny. They're fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, even Lethal Weapon, he was pretty funny in that. So.
Yeah, he made the last couple tolerable. I think it was the last two or just the last one, but it was, because it was kind of long in the tooth. You get 4 Lethal Weapons. I'm like, I don't know, I even need like more than 2 probably, but we'll do the 3rd and the 4th one. Joe Pesci comes. Oh, Chris Rock was in the last one. Joe Pesci, I think, was.
Yeah. They're like, we'll keep building it out. It's like the Fast and Furious. We think it's over. Oh no, we're gonna throw the Rock in there now. We'll go a couple more with the Rock, and then we're gonna throw in Jason Statham now, and now we're gonna.
As long as that keeps on making a lot of money, they'll just throw in all the action heroes and have them do crazy scenes.
The last one I haven't seen it, but they're doing Charlize Theron. If you throw Charlize Theron on anything, I'm watching.
Yes, like literally anything, and I'm on board.
Except Monster. She was wrong to do Monster. You don't mess her up like that.
Yeah, because like you can think about her and picture it in your head, but like one of the 10 pictures you have in your head will be her from Monster, and you get kind of freaked out.
Yeah.
You're like, I was happy up until I remembered her from that movie, and now I'm kind of upset again.
Yeah.
They did us wrong on that one. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. But so that'd be interesting. Yeah, Morgan Freeman. Have Morgan Freeman as a pitch man for beer. That'd be interesting. It'd have to be something soothing and relaxing for sure.
Oh yeah, like I said, they have the GPSs. They should just trial and tribulations with different GPS. You got to have some kind of like target audience to try them on. So you get Morgan Freeman out there, get Joe Pesci, just get all crazy characters and see which one works best.
Yeah.
I'd read instead of the stupid Google on Android telling you, oh, turn left at Robinson Avenue. I'd love Morgan Freeman to tell me that. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I would use it all the time. I would just, and if you could like choose like out of 10 different voices, oh man,
like the Joe Clark, Morgan Freeman from when he was the principal.
Yeah.
You went too far.
Yeah. Oh,
son, you need to turn around right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
It would be great. It would be absolutely phenomenal. In the basement says I would love a Sean Connery one.
Sean Connery would be awesome too.
Yes, it would.
I don't know which way to go. There could be only one. I want the Highlander Sean Connery.
He leaves you guessing as to which street you have to take. It's like, I don't know. It could be this one, could be that one. It could only
I
be
see
one.
the place. I have it in my shites.
Yeah. Do you make a left or do you make a right?
Ramirez.
This is not like you're supposed to be giving me directions. This is not a guessing game.
I think I'm here. You're the dog now, man. Yeah, Sean Connery.
Christopher, he says Jean-Luc Picard. Christopher Walken would be great. Oh,
Christopher Walken would be great. He'd be great when you say that live skits in the apartment.
Yes. I need more right turns. What? What is that?
Like you want to laugh and you go Christopher Walken, you can't really laugh and do Christopher Walken right. It's like
yeah. Oh, like I said. It probably exists because everybody, the whole saying of if you just thought you thought about it or you just thought you created your mind or whatever, it's already happened. But I feel like it hasn't. And if it has, then someone needs to hurry up and release all this awesomeness to us.
Exactly.
Yeah, like a William Shatner from Captain Kirk.
Oh yeah.
Shatner.
You want to turn right now.
The best one would be though. Be doth the road, baby. Doth the road say take this left turn or do you take this right turn? We're gonna go straight. We're gonna go straight to
Texas. The rock. It doesn't matter where you think you're going.
It doesn't. If you want to turn right, give me a hell yeah. I'm like, what? What is this? Stone Cold, settle down. You could do Hogan. You gotta turn right now, brother, dude. I'd be like, okay, I'm turning right. Am I eating my vitamins and saying my prayers, Hogan?
Yeah. It'd be Hogan
nice
combo. Like, oh, yeah, turn right.
Yeah, the Macho Man would be fantastic. I said, turn right, dig it. Snap it to a Slim Jim. Sorry, I mean turn right.
Elizabeth.
That's funny.
Oh man.
Oh hell yeah!
Those used to be the best. The Slim Jim back in the late '80s, early '90s.
Yeah, it was.
It was so over the top, but like when you get snap into the Slim Jim, you were excited. You're like, yeah, snap into it. I can totally get it for Slim Jim right now. Yeah, like let's do it. Oh,
Slim Jim, motherfucker. Slim Jim.
People didn't even have to like wrestling. They were just like, yeah, I saw that Macho Man Slim Jim commercial. That was awesome. Like, you watch wrestling? No, I don't even know who he is, but it's fantastic.
That's the one you just Slim Jim. Yeah. Man, there was some crazy characters through wrestling for sure.
Yeah, it's funny because as I got older, I'm like my mid-30s, so I still watch it occasionally. My my cousin, he's younger, so like sometimes when the pay-per-views happen, he has like the WWE Network. I'll be like, oh, come over and watch. I'm like, all right, I'll come over and we'll get some pizza and stuff. And he's 10 and my other cousin's like my age, so we'll sit down and watch. And we're like, oh, we know some of these guys from back in the day, but like it's one of those things where you grew up with the Hogans and the Ric Flairs and the Savages and the Ricky Steamboats.
Right.
And
Yeah,
it was awesome back then.
Yeah.
Oh, Ricky Steamboat was so awesome. I used to love
Yeah,
Ricky
you be like,
Steamboat.
now you watch, you're like, holy shit, Hacksaw Jim McDugan is still wrestling?
Yeah, I'm like, he's not only alive, but he's like wrestling. Isn't he like 68? What is happening? He still has the 2x4 and he's going ho tough guy and he's got the fucking American flag. This is the greatest thing ever. Is this 1987? Like, is this literally 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Oh.
But it totally does happen. Like, that's not an exaggeration. Like, yeah, he's like right now probably wrestling
He's probably wrestling somewhere, yeah. Like
tonight
Ric Flair
in a high school gym with like 38 people, and he's got the gimmick going. He's got the flag. He's got the flag going. He's giving the tough guys and high fiving the kids, and the kids are loving it. They don't even know who he is, but they're like, "You got to be popular because you're huge."
Oh shit, Joe! Where's your station, dude? Where's your channel? You are just so off the fucking hook.
It's like Ric Flair, how many moves do you have left in you, son?
He's oh yeah, Ric Flair never has enough wounds.
Yeah.
Ever. You'll never. I used to like when he'd get all fired up and he would throw his like coat on the floor and he'd start elbow drop or on the mat, he'd start elbow dropping his coat and he'd get up, he have like this crazy like, woo, and you're like, what are you doing? This guy's legit insane. I'm not wrestling. I don't care if wrestling is predetermined,
Right.
not real. I'm not fighting him. This is not happening.
He's not following the script here.
No, he's insane. Like this guy, they backstage were like, all right, Rick, go out there and you cut a promo and say whatever. And then halfway through, he just snapped and he was like, I'm gonna throw my jacket on the mat. And I'm gonna start doing knee drops on it, and I'm gonna get this crazy like cocaine look in my eye, and everyone's gonna not know what's happening. And it worked all the time.
I'm gonna say woo at the end.
Yeah, I'm gonna say woo at the beginning, 7 times in the middle, and then once at the end.
Yeah.
Check,
I
please.
Yeah, oh man, all those old wrestlers. I mean, like Paul always brings up Death to the Road, and it was a long running gag on BDU because my buddy Lee, Hoagley's Beer Reviews, he doesn't do them anymore. He just does whiskeys and stuff. Him and I would go back and forth with the Dusty Rhodes impersonations. Like we would just be, oh baby, what's happening tonight on BDU, baby? We're gonna drop some elbows. What are we gonna do tonight? And we would just keep on going back and forth. And then Paul was all of a sudden like, I'm gonna get in on the action. And now Paul goes nuts with it, and it's fantastic. So it's just like, and then he died like a year and a half ago, and it was terrible. We're like, should we do it anymore? We're like, yeah, we're gonna do it as a tribute because he would want us to do that. You want terrible Dusty Rhodes impersonations on beer tubing. Who doesn't want that? Everybody wants that. But then again, when you do them for 2 hours and people are watching the chat, all you would get on comments on chat channel would be like, your channel is great and I love I love watching here, but you can tell those 2 idiots to stop talking with a lisp and talking like a Southerner that seems like he's out of his mind. That'd be nice. And I'm just like, oh, that's us? Well, Dusty Rhodes is from the South. And he had an awesome lift, baby. And that's how he talked. Then he gets into it. And we would just piss people off. Just because it's like, hey, it's probably somewhat aggravating, but, we're having fun over here.
Yeah, right?
Like someone should do like a Harry Carey.
Oh, well.
Hey guys, I'm drinking a Founders IPA all day. IPA.
If the moon was made of cheese, would you eat it?
Well, you sound more like Bill Cosby there.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, I have no roofies right now.
You put it pop.
I didn't sound like Bill Cosby.
Harry, I don't know what Harry Carey sounds like. He sounds like a drunken 90-year-old. Or he did. He sounded like when Will Ferrell used to do him. It was fantastic.
Oh, it was hilarious when he did them. Yeah.
He would just random quotes and stuff, and man, it was
If
great.
you were a food,
What would you be?
I'd be a hot dog when I eat myself.
Yeah, the best would be sitting there like
Smother myself in all the mustard.
Oh shit!
I posted in the chat earlier. You mentioned Big Daddy, and I used to watch all the late '90s Sandler flicks with my niece. She used to love Big Daddy, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Little Nicky. Even she was into, and then Farley, her favorite movie of all time, and I watched it with her. No joke, at least 100 times was Tommy Boy.
Yeah, Tommy Boy's hilarious.
That's one of my favorite. It's so good. I was so disappointed when Farley died. I'm like, this dude could have been so huge. Like he had like 4 movies, and man, no one did physical comedy like him. But when you brought that up, it started bringing back those memories. I'm like, yeah, I remember Big Daddy.
I've actually used clips of Tommy Boy in some of the training I've done with.
Yeah. Oh, really? That's fantastic. It's the best.
About the chicken wings.
Yeah, Tommy likey. Tommy want wingies. Yeah, that is great. It doesn't hurt right here or here, but right here.
Richard, what did you do to the door?
Bad guy in a little coat.
That's got so many liners in that movie.
It's so good. I'm checking the router on the. I'm retarded. He's just like I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm gonna try and do it.
Okay.
Oh man, it's so great. I don't know how we got to Tommy Boy from whatever for wrestling, but it was segues weren't smooth, but they happened.
That turned into Talladega Nights now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everybody likes a little Ricky Bobby.
Oh yeah, a little bit of.
Oh hell yeah! Right.
Oh man. Yeah, or some Step Brothers. Step Brothers was another great movie. Oh my god.
What was it? It was Prestige Worldwide.
Prestige Worldwide. Yep.
I'm on a boat.
Prestige Worldwide. Is that my boat, you son of a bitch? It's like it's his actual boat. His dad flips out.
Did you touch my drums?
Oh,
I did not touch your drum. Look at me, I got my scrotum on your drums right now.
That ain't right.
Oh, Will Ferrell, that's crazy. Him and John C. Reilly, hilarious together.
Oh yeah, I love him.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. Jamie still. Go ahead. Drunken one.
Oh no, I was reading the comments. They're quite funny.
Yeah, I was just say he's mentioned this. Joe endorses Bill Cosby and his milkshakes. I do not. Bill Cosby, yes, turn left to the hibbity, right for the boopity, and straight to the roofies. Yeah, that's pretty much what. This is the kind of humor the Canadians have. It's awesome. He also says, I actually know Helen in the wingy part of Tommy Boy. She's Canadian. That is fantastic. You know what? You look like a Helen.
Oh hell.
Yeah, the
all directions go right to the high school.
Oh my lord. Oh man.
Oh, well, I'm glad you guys jumped on tonight. It's a fun time.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I did. I was like, you know what? I'm kind of feeling it. Drinking all those beers today is a hard job and all.
We gotta have you back on, man.
Oh yeah, you usually do what? Thursdays, right?
Thursday nights, like at 8 o'clock, 8 to 9, somewhere in there, and usually it goes until we stop the train from going off the tracks.
Yeah, I'll have to jump in, man. I thoroughly enjoy it.
It doesn't take long for to jump the tracks for sure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I've been a part of BDU. I've seen how this works, and it doesn't. It like Chad has his he'll do his Canadian beer news, which I'll just sit there and I'll be like, Chad, There's like 6 people in this world that want to see you do Canadian beer news. So I'll always try to segue out of the Canadian beer news.
Yeah.
And at some point it segues right out of that, and usually off a cliff into a ravine and then explodes. That's what I like.
The bodies are scattered.
Yeah. I'm like, remember, I don't care about this new brewery opening up in Thunder Bay, which is like 17-hour drive away from you and anybody who's watching. So we're just going to talk about, I don't know, Bill Cosby tonight. That's what we're going to. And he's always
you guys are doing trivia on there for a while on some of the shows, I remember.
Yeah, they that ended quickly because there's only so many questions. And he had like the whatever, and he's like, they did like 2 shows, and it was like wrestling. It was like a double crossing. It was like Lee thought he was the rightful champion, and he won the first one, and then he had to put the title on the line in the next one, but he never agreed to it. He's like, "Where's the number one contenders match?" And they're like, "There is none. You're just in this match." And Lee's like, "I don't agree to this." So then Nick won the title from him in trivia, but Lee believes he's the rightful champion, and I can't disagree with him. I can't disagree with him. That's 1 week later, you just won't put the guy in the championship match. Come on.
Well, I always try to mix it up. Sometimes we do questions, sometimes we have topics, sometimes it's whatever it is. But
I think that's the way to go, because if you get
together,
well, if you get into a certain rhythm, or you have like some kind of way, okay, I'm going to do beer news like this, I'm going to do this, that. It gets very, I don't know. It gets kind of stale after a while, because you kind of know what's going to happen. And a lot of weeks, there's just not a lot of like beer news. Sometimes it's just like there's maybe 1 or 2 things people even care to talk about, unless you just sit there and go, well, Left Hand Brewing Company's released their new pale ale this week, and then there's Sierra Nevada. It's like people could read the internet, like they can read it probably, I think, but it just becomes where like you're forcing it. So it's better to just come on here and be like, guys, brown ales, what do you think about them? What's some of your favorites? What do you like to, whatever. This is news in the week. We're just gonna do an entire show about this. And I think people like that, because you can fly off the handle. It can stay civil. It can do a little bit of both.
Sure. Yeah, right. Just chilling out. Yeah.
Just talking, like you're chatting amongst friends. That's what it should be about. Right? Like you're in a bar.
Broken the other night, he watched Thursday, and he said he had a good time. I said, well, that's good. I want people to come in, they watch, have fun, or come on the show and have fun, and we just pretty much like at a bar or whatever, we just have different stuff we talk about, but try to keep it as funny as possible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about beer reviews quite a bit. Quite a bit. And I'm not good at beer reviews, so I got to talk about homebrewing and how we talked 20, 30 minutes about yeast and hops and just the homebrewing aspect to beer, because I'm terrible at reviews. I have a channel myself, but a review thing, but so we got to talk about a little homebrew, and that was interesting. Yeah, I hung out for that thing.
Yeah, I was with the review. I don't know if any of us are all that good about it. We always have fun talking about the beer.
I am the best beer reviewer in the history of this world. My channel has like 40 subs, and I have absolutely no videos. I'm doing it right. I'm doing it right somehow. No, it's one of those things.
You really need to start your own channel, bro. You are just full of shit, man.
I am. That's the best part about it. I am literally full of shit. It's great.
Well, no, don't take that the wrong way. No, but yeah, you are quite animated. You were. I would love to subscribe to.
Oh yeah.
Your videos. Yeah, no, you're quite animated.
I honestly have been thinking about it for a while, and all my Canadian friends I've been actually thinking about for a long time, but. It always comes down to, it's like, I think when you do YouTube or more specifically in the beer tubing, you got to do what you like. A lot of people do beer reviews. Like there's some out there that just do it for like, they think they're going to get rich, or they think they're going to like be this big star. And it's like at the core, what you have to do is you have to like either, reviewing beers, or like you're talking about Drunken One. If you like homebrews and you do homebrew videos, do whatever floats your boat, because what's going to happen, you're going to get bored with it, and you're not going to want to do it.
Well, no, that's the thing, is you don't want to make it something that seems like a job. You just want to do it just to goof up. For example, Rajay only. Don't take me wrong. He's only got 291 subscribers. He does great reviews. I'm at like 250 something. We're not making crap, man. We're not making crap. You do it for the love of it. You don't do it for the money, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. So some of the most popular beer tubers are too formulatic. Where the formula they have for doing a beer review is so like it's almost like I'm watching them read word for word a Beer Advocate review.
Yeah,
Like they're just reading off a piece of paper. I'm getting tasting notes, blah blah blah, and then there's like 75 different cuts where they screwed up, and instead of just leaving it in, they're just like, oh, you know what, I'm going to do 73 jump cuts. You know why? Because I don't know how to speak properly. But you're going to believe I do because I'm jump cutting at it.
Right?
And that's like something.
It happens that way. Yes, it happens just that way.
And it's like it's stupid because it's one of those things where it's like just be honest. Like, get on there. If your review is going to take 8 minutes to say what you're going to say, I'm going to watch it if it's entertaining. If it's not, I'm going to turn it off. But if you're entertaining and I know you like what you do and you're not being fake, then I think more people relate to that. A lot of people have no attention span, so those 3-minute reviews like that, people try to cut everything. It's like, look, you're just it's the same thing every single video, but just with a different beer. I don't want to watch that.
Yeah.
Personally,
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I do like home brewing stuff and some gardening things, whatever. I think people watch me not for and I do a few reviews. They don't watch me for the reviews or what I think about the reviews. I think they watch me just to watch me because I'm usually about half tilt and having fun with it. And so that's the way I roll. I don't think they're not trying to learn anything from me.
No.
What's this idiot doing? What's this idiot doing now? And there's no formulation to it, so
no,
it's all off the hook.
If you ask the vast majority of YouTubers, and again, I say it's a lot more specifically beer tubers because that's the realm that I'm not in, but you guys are. If you start thinking about that, I would say just put a random number on it, even though it doesn't mean anything. But 80-90% of the people that are doing beer tubing are doing it because they want to and they enjoy it, not for any other reason. And people realize that. You know what I mean? That's all it should be. Right. It's a hobby for fun. It's to get the word like, hey, I just want to sit in front of a camera and give you guys my thoughts on a beer or my homebrew or whatever I'm doing. And if people watch, they watch. If they don't, they don't. But at the end of the day, you're not going to be like, in like 3 months, I'm totally going to be rich and I'm going to quit my job and YouTube's going to pay the bills. And,
no, it ain't going to happen like that for sure. No. I do it more so, I guess, as like a diary of what I've done and where I've been. And especially with I do a little gardening type thing also. But and so you're watching from 5 seeds on the ground to, hey, we've got squash now. Or look at my next brew or whatever it be. So it's more like a digital, like a virtual diary of sorts. Yeah, there's no money in it. I think I've generated a whole $3.27 out of this, so I'm not gonna get rich for sure.
That's not even to buy. So buy most of the craft beer. Like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay, so you bought it onto hops. Big deal.
Yeah, it's one of those things too where I think, and I know you probably want to shut this down, but I'll say this one last thing if you let me, Rod. But I just want to say this: if you are trying to make money on YouTube, if you're going into it like I'm gonna have a YouTube career, a niche market like craft beer where most of your people over 20 or under 21 can't actually drink the product. Oh, sorry, 19 if you're in like Canada or whatever. That's not the way to go because most of the teens are the ones that are doing all the viewing. That's why like all those like ASMR videos and mukbang videos where people just eat food are getting thousands and thousands of views because everyone can relate from an 8-year-old to an 80-year-old. You can watch people eat food and for some reason they're happy about like just starting a beer reviewing channel is not the way to try to make money on YouTube. It's like one of the worst ideas. To actually have that thought from the beginning, go, I want to make money just because I want to make money. It's like, no, if you make some money on the side while doing it, awesome. Yeah. I mean, I think everybody's aspirations to get something back from it, but that's your single goal. You're doing it absolutely wrong.
Exactly. Yeah, you're going to have a team of folks to be able to help you out with trying to coordinate something that's worth watching to begin with and marketing it in a manner that it can make money. But
I agree.
I mean, you can't really chase the dollars, and you're going to fall off if you do. And with me, I mean, I just try to go out there and have fun. And like in the basement says, he just tries to make it entertaining, and you try to have a good time sharing the information.
Sure. You get your name out there, Rod, and you try, but you're not from an aspect of like, oh, I'm gonna get fucking rich. You're like, I want to share stuff on all the social media aspects. I want to know people are aware of this situation or aware of this, or hey, I got a new video, check it out. Not, I got a new video, I need that 11 cents. Give me clicks. Give me 3 more clicks.
Right, that's what it amounts to. Yeah, that's what it amounts to. Yeah,
that's what I do. And I go, I mean, and it's kind of funny because it's like I'm simple, so it's like I do this stuff and people know about it, like around Cincinnati where I'm at, and I'll go to places, and my name has grown some in the community. Like I went to a couple breweries, and it's like I try different beers, and I've done stuff there, and I go to, and they're like, "Oh no, you're good to go. You did a thing down there, blah blah blah." That's cool, but I'm not going to get rich off of it. But I mean, if I get beer, that's just like getting cash.
Yeah, exactly. You do it the right way. You don't kick down the brewery's doors and goes, "Rod J, BeerVentures in this bitch. Where's all the free beer?" Like, it's not what you do. You just, you're humble about it. You're like, hey, if you're gonna, if I'm gonna come here and you're gonna pay my tab, or you're gonna hook me up with a couple bottles to go home, and I'm not gonna sit there and go.
Sure.
Like some people will bag. They'll be like, yeah, I see.
Yeah, I mean, I got contacted by a brewery out of Texas that I did some reviews on for their stuff, and it was like, oh shit, somebody replied back to my blog. They want me to call them or find out about how to do some shit. I was like the first one, like in 2 years, that someone contacted me through, like, yeah, we want to send you some beer so you can check them out and let us know what you think about them.
And it's exciting.
Nice. That's good. That is exciting. That is indeed exciting. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Like you're like holy shit! Wait, you watch my videos and you're a brewery. You want to send me beer? Like, I'm gonna be honest. So if your beer's shit, like, I'm gonna say it's shit. Like,
that's the thing. Like I always told them, like I just give like an honest review, and if it's something I'm not fond of, I'm going to say that. And as long as you're good with that, I'll be more than happy. And they're like, oh yeah, we expect you to do that. And I have one of the beers out of, which I know the owners out of Arbor Brewing in Michigan.
Yeah,
it happened that one of their beers I was not a big fan of, and I felt kind of bad when I did it, but I did it. I sent him an email. He's like, "Oh, dude, we know you're not going to like all of our beers, so that's cool. Don't even worry about that. I mean, as long as you're honest and upfront, and you're telling them why you don't like it, they respect it. If you go out there and say this is the shittiest beer in the world, you should never drink it, then that kind of slams them. You don't tell them why, but if you tell them this doesn't work for this, this, and this is why I don't like this beer.
Yep.
It might be something you like, but for me, it doesn't have all these other things that I would look for in this style that people understand that. So, but I see some people that get beers from people, and every review they do is like, this is the greatest beer in the world. Well, he just sent you that beer. Yeah, every beer they send you is not the greatest beer in the world, but they know they sent it to you based on your reviews. You say it's going to be the greatest beer in the world.
Yeah, I think Plus was 73 stars, fucking best beer I've ever had. And it's like, really? Like what? Like I drank that, and like everyone else drank that, and that's like maybe like a B. Like a solid B. But another thing too is I will say this. There's a lot of breweries and a lot of brewery reps and like social media reps for these breweries that they don't have the thickest skin. And here's the thing. Who the fuck cares what, for the most part, people are saying on tap? Like, I'll see people respond and be like, that's just stupid. I'm like, you can't just reply to everybody who's like untapping your beer and like arguing with them. It's like, that's feedback. It's constructive criticism. Right. Okay, if someone goes on tap and goes, this beer is absolute shit and it tastes like dog shit. Like, yeah, that's not constructive criticism. That guy's just being an ass. Like, that's what that's happening. But you can't let that bother you because it doesn't matter. Like that no one's gonna look at that and go, oh yeah, man, I bet you it totally tastes like dog shit, because it doesn't, I'd imagine. And if it does, then you're in trouble. But you have to have thick skin. You have to understand not everyone's gonna like your beer. Not everyone likes every style. There's people out there that don't like. I don't like certain styles, and I'll drink them and I'll be like, look, for me this is like an average beer, but I understand for others if they like the style, it's probably gonna be great. Like it's just how it works. But there'll be people out there.
And honest, yeah.
Yeah, you have
like a rate beer, and I see like Budweiser's rated a 5. I'm like, Budweiser is not a 5 beer. It's not a beer that I prefer. Yeah. It's not nearly a 5 beer. You go drink some Minhaus or some other bad stuff. That's below a 5. That's a 5 or below.
I see, but even that, like I'm one of those guys that I'm of the opinion you drink what you like. If you want to sit there and drink Bud Lights for all your life, who might tell you that Bud Light's not good? You love it.
You like it, right? I agree.
Now I don't like it. And I'm never going to like it, but that's just how it's going to be. But
some people rate with this bias in their head when they're putting this stuff on these sites.
Oh, and they take it to the extreme because they have exaggerated. Oh, Budweiser's like drinking piss. And it's like, have you ever actually drink urine? Like, did you consume urine? Because if you did, that probably would be the best tasting beer ever.
You've been stuck in the mountain with no water for a week and you had to drink your piss.
Yeah, be like, well, matter of fact, I did. I was about to die and I had to drink my own urine to stay alive. And you're like, okay, maybe. But
it tastes like Budweiser.
Yeah, right.
It had the hints of corn and rice and
right. Corn and rice.
Did you eat some asparagus? Is it real stink? Like, I don't know. Like, it's one of those things where. everybody has opinion, and at the end of the day, no one's opinion means anything really outside of what they themselves. Like my opinion might resonate with other people to a certain percentage, but with other people it won't. And if you really want to know if you like a beer or anything in general, food, music, whatever, you got to listen to it, you got to drink it, you got to eat it yourself, and then you can form an actual opinion for yourself. Because I hate when people are like, oh man, I saw so-and-so review this beer, and yeah, he liked it, so I'm gonna love it. And I'm just like, how does that work? Like, he says he loves it, you're gonna love it. That's like one of the dumbest things I heard. Maybe your palates are in sync 80% of the time, but that means 2 out of every 10 beers you guys are gonna disagree on, and that might be one of them. So don't ever base like
I don't base anything on rate. I don't look at ratings before I buy beer.
No.
Yeah,
it's nice to have like Untapped, Beer Advocate, and Rate Beer as like a general guide. If you if you're out of state and you walk into a beer store and you're like, I never heard of this brewery. Is it any good? You pop on Untapped, and every single one of their beers is like a 3.25. You're like, I'm probably I don't want to drink this. I'm not gonna buy this. But if everything's 3.5 or above, you're probably like, maybe I'll give it a shot, because who knows? It's a general consensus thing.
Yeah, but even then, you're still your palate, because depending on how many people may have looked at. Like, I know people that, and I think Paul was maybe one, like 5 or 10 years ago, he would have tasted an IPA and would just spit it out, but now he enjoys them. So I look at a beer based on, I may look at the site to see what kind of beer it may be style wise, but then I'm gonna look at the beer, what it offered. I'm gonna use my own intuition if I want to try that beer or not. Just because you just don't know enough about the ratings. And that's one of my biggest thing about people doing ratings, even though, well, some of my stuff I'll put, I gave an Untapped score of this on it. If you don't know what the rating criteria is, like I see people do a 3.76. Like, what is that 0.6 for?
I have no idea. That's crazy talk.
How do you go 6, right?
Well, you guys talk about, start a channel and whatnot. And I ever told myself I did start a channel. One of the things I would do is, one thing I wish more beer tubers did over the year is like introduce themselves to their viewers. Like do a video, like a vlog, like a 10, 12 minutes, go, here's my beer history or beer background, how long I've been drinking, what my favorite styles are, what my rating system is. How do I go about ratings? So people can understand, okay, if you give it a 90 out of 100, like if that's in school, that's like an A-. That's what that is, okay? And once you get to 89, that's a B+. Like I understand, and I can equate that to school. I can equate that to something. But some people will be like, well, I rate it out of 14, and I give them like, I gave it a 8.6734 out of 14. I'm like,
8, 6, 7, 3, 4. Wow.
Yeah, is that like? Does that mean it's slightly above average, or why is there 17 decimal points? Like, I'm confused. But yeah,
I think I've only seen maybe one person I know that does that all the time, is like DJ on DJ's BrewTube, where he'll put his rating scale inside of his description on stuff. I don't see a lot of people doing that.
Oh, that's another guy a little off the hook. He's high strung, that one.
His energy is like,
he's a ball of energy for sure. If I go to Baltimore, I'm hanging out with DJ.
Like when he does a local beer, I get afraid, because he's like, we're going local. I don't know what that means, and I'm like, I know what that means, but I'm scared. I need to turn down the volume. That's what I need to do.
Right.
But Rod, you're correct about the palate thing. I heard something. I don't know how accurate this is, but like I think they say your palate changes like every 9 months. I believe it is. Like it slightly changes, and you. Yeah, and that's people don't realize that beer's a part of that, because it's on your palate when you drink it. So
right, like some people like barley wines a couple years ago would now find, hey, this isn't that bad. Well, you said 2 years ago you didn't like that kind of beer.
Or they'll drink the same beer a year later, right? Like it'll be an IPA or whatever style, and they'll just be like, I remember this batch is probably not as good as last year's. Or get this is off the wall. Maybe your palate changed. Maybe your palate changed a little bit. Maybe it's the same beer, and you're just tasting it differently, because that's how that works. Sure. Oh no, it's got to be the batch. Oh, they put too much chocolate in it. It's like, no, just settle down. Just settle down. Bring it down a level. Get it back here. Maybe your palate changed. Maybe your palate changed. Yeah. People just, I don't know. Whatever. They're awesome. Everybody's awesome. I love everybody.
Yeah, no, that's good. No, I got love. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
It's a hobby. We all enjoy it. We like to talk about it. It's
fun.
I mean, it's like I did one of the videos I did last year was about ratings that's out there, but you just got to know if you're going to take somebody's rating, at least try to know what they're actually rating it on, or how they're actually making that judgment before you go full heads over heels on it. That's what I tell people.
Yeah, it's at the end of the day, I don't really care about people's ratings. I don't mean that in like any kind of condescending or mean way. Like, because again, as we talked about, the only rating that matters should be your own. But if they do rate it, I want to know what the fuck it means. Like, that's all I want to know. I just want to know what it means.
And you may, like you said, you may have someone that you follow or you watch that you rate. You're pretty comparable on stuff. So you're like, well, this person's been pretty solid. So if they rated this a 9 out of 10. That's probably something I may like, you know.
Yeah.
You may, 1 out of 10, you may not agree with them, but yeah, but you have that opportunity out there where you're going to probably agree. And you're trying to build that. And I told this to like Paul and them the other day.
Yeah.
I work in the financial industry, right? So we talk about things. I don't know if you guys are familiar, like standard deviation, but if you look at how investment stuff actually run, everything's like on a curve. So it's kind of like a curve type shape that comes like this. Most of your beers are going to be kind of in that middle. And then you're going to have outliers. So not as many are going to be your outliers. Most of your beers are going to really fall in that middle type section. So how do you differentiate them is how your system is set up. And if you don't know that system, then you don't know what's going to be a difference between a beer. Somebody saying a beer is a 4 out of 5 versus a 3 out of 5.
Well, and that's what I tried to explain to Paul, and Paul gave me the whole spiel, which I know he's given here before. He's like, all right, guys, well, if it's a 4 out of 5, then you just double it. And that means it's an 8 out of 10. And then he times it by 10. It's 80 out of 100. And I'm like, I know how math works, Paul. I know how math works a little bit. I may be Polish, but I kind of know what it means. Like, I'm on board. I get it, right? But I'm like, look at it like this, Paul. If you went to school and the teacher gave you an 88 out of 100 on a test, that's a B+. That's in the B+ range, 88 out of 100, right? But if I put an 8.8 out of 10 or a 4.4 out of 5, that's way better than a B+ to me. Now, that's like A level to me. If you're given 4.4 out of 5, that's A level. That's not B+ level. It doesn't equate. You know what I mean? It doesn't equate when you talk about it in that way. It equates from
numbers,
from a number standpoint. I get it. You just cut everything in half. You double it. That's how math works. I get it. But if you sit here and tell somebody I gave that a 4.4 out of 5, they're like, oh, let's just say 4.5 out of 5. You're like, wow, like that's 0.5 away from a 5 out of 5. That must be an excellent, almost borderline world-class beer. But if you told someone you gave it an 8.9 out of 10, or you told me you gave it 90 out of 100, I don't think that's world-class at that point. Like, that's a very good beer, you know, or like a very good beer, or even an excellent beer, but it's not world-class. So it's like you said, it's not that easy to just say double it or cut it in half or whatever. It doesn't all work on the same scale. So, you know, like you said, you just need people to tell you what the fuck the ratings mean, and I'd be great with that. Like, just tell me what it means. Just everyone copy DJ. Just copy DJ's, not to a T, but just put your shit in your reviews, and then I'll
a little more relaxed, maybe.
I don't know what DJ's doing outside to get all that energy. I don't know about copying that. I know he's drinking a lot of beer.
Basement says Untapped is a bit of a bummer that it is out of 5, should be out of 10 in his opinion. And he has had beer that is great first tried a month later. It's not that great, which could be the time thing too, because they're coming out of the same batches. You have a time delay, so things may settle out differently in the beer. And in the
especially with all these top 4 beers, where like a lot of them, you drink them after a month and they've completely changed from the first week to the 5th week. It's, you know, not even the same beer anymore.
Yeah. And then in the basement says there's also a possibility of actually having a very similar palate to another reviewer. Sometimes you can trust some beer tubers rating consistently, which I agree. And
that's what I said earlier. Like 80 to 90% of the time, if you're on par with another beer tuber's palate, it's not going to be every time though. If you're telling me that you agree with a beer tuber 100% of the time, somebody's lying. Yeah. Somebody's definitely lying, because I've never met another person that has the exact same palate as me. Yes, they can be 80, 90%, but not 100. That's where you got to throw that in, because you're not going to love every beer as much as a single person, friend or not, or same palate or not, or whatever you think.
You're agreeing with that guy getting chocolate out of an IPA. Yeah, you picked the wrong guy. Basement says definitely guy's palate is fucked.
Yeah, that's our buddy. That's our buddy Guy. His channel used to be Beer Guy Reviews. Now he's drinking in Canada.
Okay.
He's an awesome dude. But he has gotten like notes of carrots and barley wines and stuff before, so he has a very unique palate, I would say. Yeah. He likes orange candy.
And I think your palate gets trained after it gets a certain amount of things as you becomes used to it.
That's the thing. The only way to really train your palate is rinse and repeat. You gotta and you got to know what kind of hops have certain characteristics. Home brewing is a great way to figure that out. This hop has these citrus notes, or this hop has this piney or dank or whatever. And once you start realizing that, it'll make you I guess a better beer consumer, because you'll know what beers you like, and you'll see like, okay, I like Mosaic hops. Well, when you see a beer with Mosaic hops, you probably like it more often than not. It'll allow you to kind of whittle down the shitty beers that you don't enjoy. Yeah. And it just helps you. It really does. Not a lot of people train their palate. They really don't. They just.
Well, that's the thing. Like we were talking about on Thursday with Drunken One Saw, is like you have to. To me, I think there's almost kind of an advantage game for people that actually have brewed beers and stuff too, because you're actually more involved, where you're dealing with the malts and you're dealing with the hops and you're kind of picking up those things and you're tasting them, and versus people that don't actually get involved. Now, I mean, you don't have to be a home brewer to actually be a solid reviewer of the beers.
It certainly helps.
Like you should be going to a store and like seeing how the hops feel, how the hops smell, and all that kind of stuff. There's certain things you do that you used to, like Tom said earlier. If you never tasted a mango, you can't react and say something tastes like mango.
Exactly. Everything's a paradigm of what you had before.
That's like trying to explain a color to a blind person. What is white, what is black.
Right.
It's like you see all these crazy like tasting notes from certain reviewers. It'll be like, "Oh, I'm tasting these, white grapes that you get in the jungles of New Zealand." And I don't know if there's jungles in New Zealand. I'm just making up a stupid story. But and it cost $3,000 a pound, and I had them 3 times in my life, and they have these, it's the greatest sweetness of a white grape. I'm sitting there, I'm like, are you serious right now? Because that never happened.
How many people have really tasted pack-made yeast, but everybody talks about it with Rogue, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I get that pack-made yeast out of it. I'm like, really? Do you know what it tastes like if they didn't tell you it was in the beer?
Or they'll be like, like some obscure fruit that like you can get it, but like no one really usually buys it. Be like, I'm getting, huge dragon fruit notes. I'm like, that's the fucking fruit at the store where you don't want to pick it up because it's gonna kill you. But like no one buys it, but they're like that'd be cool to eat, right? Like it's or like there's 87 varieties of oranges, right?
A question to y'all reviewer guys. What is stone fruit? What I hear stone fruit in a lot of these reviews. What is stone fruit?
It's a fruit that has the core in the middle, so like a peach or an apricot or like a trying to think like a cherry, like a pit, the pit in the middle.
Okay. So anything that has a pit in the middle.
Some of the stone fruit had more of a tropical type flavor on some of their stuff. But.
Yeah, stone fruits are the tropical fruits cover stone fruits. Like it's one of those things where to be a stone fruit you have to be tropical type of thing.
Sure.
They're all tropical, but people want to be cool and be like, these are stone fruits now because the pits and things. There's like 7 of them, and we're gonna be
stone fruits.
Yeah, all the peach and the apricots, all the stone fruits. But
somebody gets a beer of mulberry, and it's like, when's the last time you've had a mulberry that it tastes like mulberry?
Oh, it's crazy because it's like there's so many weird fruits being consumed nowadays. Like seriously, before craft beer, I didn't know what a yuzu was. Like I knew it was Japanese fruit, but I had no idea what it like actually was. And people are like, "Oh yeah, get all these yuzu fruit characters," and I'm like, what now?
Right.
Like, what is this now? Is this I totally know what it is, but I've never had it.
See, I wouldn't know what that was. But it's like, there's stuff that I do know because in college I catered. I worked around a lot of chefs that made a lot of different stuff. And, we've been in Dominican Republic and we've had different fruits. So I know some different things. I don't know all the different stuff. And I don't try to fake it like I know what it is either,
Right. Well, see, right. That's better than the ones who fake it and say, "Oh yeah," like you were just saying, "Oh, on the tropical island of New Zealand," and right. If you don't know, just say I don't know.
Like some beers I've had, and it's kind of like some of the IPAs. I say I get like a medicine-y type feel about it.
A medicinal, like an aspirin, right? Like an aspirin.
I know it's some type of fruit, but I haven't had that fruit. But to me, it's like I'm taking some Robitussin.
That's not good.
So I equate it to like a medicine-y type taste with it.
Yeah, this one here, guys. This one here has got domestic pale, Carapils, light crystal, special B as the malts, and this is a IPA that has Warrior, 2 doses of Willamette, and some Zytos as a dry hop. This is my homebrew.
Nice.
This is a nice, yummy American IPA.
Very nice.
Cheers.
Can't beat the home. Cheers.
I don't know if y'all see cheers.
Oh,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start brewing again next month. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, get back to getting those kettles hot again.
Yeah. Well, I did one that was like a peanut butter porter for our office. Well, I did it for myself, but I shared it with the office a couple years ago, and people have been asking me to make it again. So
yeah, you need to tell them to settle down.
yeah,
Like you'll make it when you're ready. Like look,
Yeah,
when Big Rod comes in with my peanut butter porter, you will know it. And you might be able to have a bottle. You need to recognize
Coming in swinging that thing. Boy.
yeah, just walk in and be like, peanut butter porter, $8 a bottle because I'm stoned. What's up?
but in the basement, yeah. Valid point. He says, some reviews read the bottle and just assume they taste all the ingredients. And that's the problem when you read the bottle ahead of time. You end up getting stuck in your head, and you're thinking you're tasting everything is told to you. So. Like a lot of times when I see stuff on the back, I won't read it. I'll make glass. I'll see something on there, but I'll do the review. And then towards the end, I'll say, well, here's what else they say about it. It's like, okay, you do get this. You do get this. I didn't get this. You drink it before you actually read what's on that label.
Well, and there's, I mean, there is an actual beer reviewer. I will name no names, my friends. But I will say this: there is an actual.
I'll name no names, my friend.
No. Seriously, there's actually more than one. I've seen a bunch of beer reviewers, and by a bunch, probably like 3. But there are guys out there that will they'll start telling you about the beer. And you can see them looking off camera at the label or it'll be Greece be like, oh, it's Amarillo hops. Yeah, I'm totally getting Amarillo hops. What do they taste like? Well, they taste like Amarillo hops. What do Amarillo hops taste like? Well, they're Amarillo hops. This is not how review works. You need to tell me what Amarillo hops taste like. But
close your eyes, and what do you equate that taste with?
Yeah, are you getting orange? Are you getting, because that's what I get from Amarillo. I get orange, sometimes blood orange, and then it's tell me what you're actually tasting. Don't tell me what the ingredients are. That's what I want to hear your own thoughts and characters and what flavors you're picking up. I don't care what the fuck the label says, because the label says a lot of crazy shit. If you get stone beers, they tell you stories, 4 stories on a single label. I don't need to hear that bullshit. Just tell me what you're drinking.
And it's some people, I know they do because they've actually mentioned them before. They actually script their shows and stuff out too. And it's I know you want to get as tight as you possibly can, but I kind of like not having that scripted type thing, Yeah.
You should, like you talked about training your palate. If it's a good thing to know what's in the beer for future reference, and then what if you're drinking a beer with, say, Mosaic, and you're like, oh man, I'm getting tropical fruits, I'm getting berries, and it's really dank, then you'll know maybe in the future that's if I get that again, then I'll have an idea it's Mosaic without even needing to know it's Mosaic. I just can kind of off the top of the dome figure it out. A lot of people don't try though.
Well, the cool thing is too, when you're actually doing it, what I've noticed for myself, I'll do something and I'll go to put it in Untapped, and I'm like, oh, I had this a couple years ago. And the rating I got for it now is basically almost always the same rating I had a couple years ago on it. So the consistency, you can see that it's definitely being built in what you're doing, I think.
I agree. One of the coolest things from the bottle share I went to that we had yesterday at the Rhinos, I brought up Barrel Aged 1050 from Oscar Blues.
Mm-hmm.
And I had it a year and a half ago. So I brought it up, and we drank it, and we were done. I was like, this is an awesome beer, but I don't think it's necessarily better than the base beer. It's I enjoy them on the same level, but I don't think it necessarily makes the base beer any better, because I think regular 1050 is amazing as well.
It is. It's good.
Yeah. So I'm I go to Untapped, and when you know it, I said that exact same thing a year and a half ago. I'm like, oh my God, I got something right for once. Yes. I'm like, holy shit, I'm not a liar. I know what I'm talking about for myself. Nobody else, just myself. So I was I was pumped inside. I'm like, yeah, I got something right. Maybe I'll get another thing right in another year. That's great.
Yeah. Let's see. Basement says, Joe, settle down. Pickles are the best palate cleansers.
I'm sorry. I'm getting a little excited sometimes.
He said, Chris Peters, LOL. I just named him.
Yeah.
I can clearly taste the brewer's yeast is from Basement Beer Reviews, and in the Basement palate cleansers.
Yeah, there's
I can taste yeast in usually in lagers. I'll taste yeast a lot more pronounced for me.
And Belgian beers for me. The Belgian yeast is so it's either a love-hate thing. Like I'll drink a Belgian beer, and either I'm like, this is great, or I'm like, not for me. It can so many.
In the basement, that totally tastes the bleach in the wheat beer. I thought the bleach was in the white IPA.
And no. So the guy that they were talking about, I will name no names. He honestly thought he was told the story by his friend. This was a couple years ago when he told us, but he's like, we started talking about wit beers and white ales in general, whether they're American or Belgian or German, right? And we're talking about, and he's like, just out of the blue, he's like, yeah, I don't drink those because my friend told me bleach in them. And I'm like there's bleach in wheat beers? Yeah, they're bleached. That's why they're colored like that and stuff. I'm like, are you trolling us right now, or is this like a serious conversation we're having? He's like, no, I won't drink them anymore. I stopped drinking them. I'm like, I'm gonna have to leave this chat now because I think I had my mind just blown and I'm done. Like I'm done. I'm checking out at that point.
See, that's why you need that Joe Pesci moment right there.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You think there's bleach in wheat beers? What the fuck's wrong with you?" Like for anyone down. Like if you think of the hilarity of the situation, there's a person in this world, let alone not this world, but North America, that actually thought wheat beers had bleach in them, like actual bleach in the beers. I sit there and I'm just like, this is why our world is a little bit troubling right now, because you have people like this believing anything. They believe that, and then I'll just and believe that we're in the Earth is flat.
As a people,
yeah, it's like if you could just sit back for a second and maybe process your own thoughts for 5 seconds and go, hey, maybe if there was bleach in that beer, I would be dead if I drank it. And there's not a lot of people. You don't see headlines where like 700 people died today because they drank a Blue Moon. Like that doesn't happen because there's no bleach in it.
They were saved by the orange.
Yeah. You were saved.
Joe, what are you drinking tonight?
I water after the long day of Beer Fest. I had about 20.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to rehydrate.
25 samples.
Yeah,
25 samples of right.
We drank a lot last night, but I did. It was funny. Our buddy Greg Rod that he's talking about. I gave Greg a lot of my extra beer last night, and I want to thank him if he ever watches this show for consuming all my leftover beer that I put in his glass on purpose.
Is there such thing as leftover beer? I want to be the guy who consumes that.
See, the thing is, when you go to some of these shares and you're drinking like 12% and then 13.5% and then 11.8% and then 13% and then 10%, it's like they just start. It's like, where is the 3%ers that we wanted? They don't exist.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeez. Boy, what a troublesome time you have.
It's definitely first world troubles here. Like it's like, I have to drink these amazing beer that are excellent and have high ABVs.
But it's like, for real, Joe. Let me send you my address.
I'll take a sip out of each of them and I'll recap them for you. Like I can't, here's a 12-ounce beer. Now there's 9 ounces. It's still carbonated. You take it. I can't handle it. No, but it gets to the point where like. You know halfway through the night, like if you continue going,
right? You're just be tore up.
You're gonna be done. And he was torn up, so I appreciate it, Greg, getting torn up. Very belligerent.
Have a plan, right? Have a plan.
Have a plan.
You got to have a plan because at some point you just it's like you're in that.
It's just too much, yeah.
You're in a situation where you're about to get absolutely just blitzed, and you're like, you make the decision.
Yeah.
Do I want to wake up on a dish on the side of the road in 2 hours, or do you want to be able to go back home and sleep and someone else be in said ditch? I took options.
Earlier, my wife went to me. She was out there waiting for us to get done volunteering. She's just watching people sliding down the escalator, not really standing, not in it. I mean, they were laying down on the escalator down.
Right?
And then then you get some people that are doing cartwheels, right? Because they feel like they can do a cartwheel and they have a lot of beer in them. So
yeah, nice.
Like, what happened in there? I'm like, it's beer.
The best are the aftermath of Beer Fest, and just I can't tell you how many times I just watch people try to leave the fest and fail miserably in their attempts to stand up, to actually move forward without stumbling everywhere. It's so enjoy. It's like, honestly, it's like a second form of entertainment after the fest. You're like, all right, I got shit faced. Now I get to see all this happening. It's great.
Then you try to ask people questions and they answer questions too. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm great. I had 3 beers today, and fun. Like, oh,
Wow.
it looks like it was fun. like today at Chad's Fest, I mean, I stayed to about, I think it was, so his fest was 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. I think I left at like 6:15, 6:30, so not quite to the end. But yeah, there's a lot of people with shaky legs.
Lots of beers.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of people. Like there was, I think only one person smashed your glass. So Jamie,
okay.
I think one person. Like there's usually someone who will smash your glass, and then everyone goes, oh, you know. There was only one. I was very disappointed. I wanted to see like a half dozen.
They probably don't hold those events down in Texas for a reason, then, because well, it wouldn't be 3 hours into it, and these idiots would be just dumbass, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You just don't know.
You done in Texas drunken?
Yeah, I live in Texas.
Where are you at in Texas?
I'm about 50 miles north, 40 miles north of Houston, a place called Conroe. Yeah,
my mother-in-law and the family are down there in Dallas, but I've been through Houston. But I was going to say, no, if you go near Austin, they got the beer fest in Austin.
Okay, yeah, I can believe that. Yeah, that's a pretty big city. Yeah. Actually, the closest town to make the story fun is called Cut and Shoot. I swear to God, it's true. It's true. It's Cut and Shoot. We have a post office, so they can call it a town. It's Cut and Shoot.
That's fantastic.
We got like 2 marshals. They're not even like really cops. They're like marshals.
That's great.
But boy, they don't play around. You better be driving the speed limit.
they're like the cops in Canada. Sorry, the Mounties.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something like that.
I'm gonna ride up on my horse and yell at you. All right, I'm sorry.
We've all seen Walker Texas Ranger.
No, these guys that shoot your tires out first, then ask questions later.
Yeah, they're like the exact opposite. They're the impolite cops. That's what they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Shoot your tires out. Looks like you got a flag.
Nice.
I did before you fired.
Before you shot me. My phone's going dead. Let me charge it. That's funny. That's a true story, though.
Yeah. Well, I got to get ready to jump off here, but I'm glad you guys came in. And well, Joe's East Coast like me, so he's like same time I am.
Yeah, but I drank a lot of beer tonight, so whatever, right?
Well,
we have that long weekend, Rod, so we're all right. We got it.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate you inviting me, though. It's
definitely. Maybe next time we get into basement or beer reviews on here too.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you like you said, you do 8 o'clock on Thursday. It's
Yeah, we do 8 o'clock on Thursday. We occasionally do on the weekend. Who knows? We may do another one here on Sunday or Monday since the holiday weekend. So
yeah, sure. I'm in. Count me in.
Yeah, you do one tomorrow, Monday. I totally appreciate a link, and I would definitely hop in if I'm around for sure.
All right, cool. Yeah, it's just kicking around, drinking some beer, and talking some whatever. But yeah, we got to get you a channel. If you want to say your channel there, Drunken One. I don't know if anybody's still. Well, we got some people watching.
Just it's Drunken One. It's on YouTube. It's Drunken One, DNKONE. On YouTube. Easy to find. Y'all come by. I do a little bit of reviews, which sloppy reviews. I do mostly home brewing, and they're very sloppy reviews. I hear a giggle. And a little homesteading thing, and stuff in the backyard. A bunch of silliness is all. It's just a lot of fun. Come on by, check it out.
All right. And we're gonna get average on the channel at some point.
Let me plug my stuff real quick.
Okay, that's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, my channel on YouTube is I don't have one. On Instagram, I'm not gonna make one. On Twitter, I don't use it, and on Facebook, you can't have it. So that's how that goes. I don't.
God damn it, Joe!
But you are a guest on Albinos.
Yeah. No, I am. I'm on his BDU most weeks, and
Joe, you need to put out something once a week, once every couple of weeks or something. You are so animated. You're so off the hook.
Yeah, I'm
kidding. Your idiocy is wonderful, and I love it.
I love it. I love it. Hey,
totally off the hook, man. You are totally hooked.
It's all about having fun, right? You can't have fun. What are you doing?
Indeed, that's exactly what it's about. And I love your animated self. And you need to start a little something and get in front of that camera.
Oh,
I should. I think that's good advice. I also want to say just a PSA that if I've trolled anyone this evening under my breath or over my breath or whatever, it's all in good fun. I don't have ill will towards anybody. I like poking fun at friends because that's what you do. You poke fun at them, right? And they give it back to you, like everyone in the fucking comment section right now, Jamie and Fritz. But that's what you do with one another. I mean, that's how it works.
We get low, Joe. You are amazing, man. Get in front of the camera or stand behind the camera. Just do your thing and let's hear your silly comments, man. Because you're here. This is what you should be doing.
The old school nut up or shut up, right? Right. And I
well, no, there's a guy that does homebrewing. Does Corin Zenith? They call him CZ. He does a homebrewing thing or a fast homebrew. I'm just giving a couple of quick plugs. Nice, but they have a great show. They have a great video presentation.
Nice.
Corin Zenith or fast homebrew and you never face, but they're great. Animated, they're wonderful. Get online, man. Make it happen because man, you sound like you have a lot of knowledge or whatever. But hey, you're a lot of fun. You know.
I appreciate it. I'd like to hang out with you. It was fun tonight. I like just with you, Druggo and Rod. I know you guys are chill, down to earth. It's fun to talk. It's there's no drama. There's no just having fun. We talked for 2 hours. Tom was here too, and it was. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed every second of it. It was a good time.
It's not bad for a quickie update, a night quickie. What do you call it? 2 hours later. Thank you guys. Thanks so much for having me. Next time I'll try to make it work on my laptop as opposed to my camera or my telephone. But we'll see you next time.
Well, definitely. And
take it easy.
We got the peanut gallery, so thanks to Basement Beer Reviews and In the Basement.
Who's the better basement though? That's what. Who would you think is the better basement?
Yeah, there's 2 basements, right? There's 2 basements. What's up with that?
I don't know. Do we have to have a duel to the death?
Yeah,
one channel or something like
a basement right? Take place there.
Whose
the loser has to delete their channel. Yeah, the loser has to delete their channel. I think is that how that works.
Wow.
And then give it to me, and that'll be my channel.
But thanks for everybody else that definitely tuned in. And, of course, you're already on my channel, so you know where I'm at on YouTube. But if you want to find out more of where I'm connected at, you can easily go to the website, which is www.rodjbeerventures.com. And that website actually has all the other social media links. You can also check out Basement Beer Reviews and check out In the Basement, who are actually here in our peanut gallery, sending some funny, nice comments.
Not recommended.
In the Basement, thanks for making us laugh, guys. In the Basement Reviewer, Basement Beer Reviews, fuck you, Joe.
That's uncalled. That's like uncalled for. Come on, that's uncalled for.
Basement Beer Reviews. Rod, I like your chat, but all the drama, holy Jesus. Basement Beer Reviews, me, and In the Basement, check the channel. So yeah, so check these guys out too. They also have some good stuff out there. And then Tom was here earlier from the Beer Whisperer. But it's a fun community. We always talk about beer, a lot of good knowledge to be found out. And Basement also says check out my mom and Joe's beard, and BBR loves Chris Peters from In the Basement. With that all being said, we look forward to catching you next time. Keep drinking good craft beers and cheers.